come in here. I spilled. Now, to let everyone else know, interesting fact, being nice to other on YouTube can give dividends, such as adrastea metal. Now, I am I wouldn't say a friend, but a YouTube associate of the creator that makes this music. Now, the music on adrastea metal is only on YouTube. This is all original music that hardly anyone has heard. Now, when I had my 3,000 subscriber channel, that channel that I'm speaking of, who they keep changing the name of constantly, by the way. See, he's a great musician, but he sucks at marketing. And he's Russian, but he's not an evil Russian. He's a good Russian. You know, he's not for Russian evil. He's for Russian good. And he makes music, and I'll link his channel on my community tab, because like I said, he changes. He's probably had like 3 names on this channel in the last 12 months. But it started out as the Chaos Music Channel. You know, that's what it started out at. And when I had more subscribers than him, I recommended and promoted his material. Now this guy, he believes in open source. So he don't care if anyone uses his stuff. He had a couple things that he did for money that was attached to companies, and he took those off his channel. So everything on his channel is his original creation, and they all have no lyrics. And they're just his musical endeavors. And fortunately for me, what I do is I'll take adrastea's rant, and I will find music that fits the mood. And then I will line it up. What I'll do is I'll put two devices together and play it at the same time. And then I'll hear something she says here, count how many seconds, until this rings. And I'll know start Adrasty at this point because I'll just use a little math. And it actually lines up real well. Now, an interesting this is funny. You're going to laugh. I only have one device I can do it with. The stupidest one. It turns out on our modern devices, they put shitty sound quality on them in recording. But it turns out that my 3G burner phone actually has the best audio capability of any device, including the Apple iPhone 11. So, once again, I was astounded at that. Excuse me. Because on this little 3G phone, it's got almost no space, ever. And that's where it's hilarious. Because this 3G phone is the only device that I can do Adrasty metal on, and it not sound like utter shit. So yes, now I've got, what I wanted to do is make it an actual length of an album, and I originally had slated 8 songs. But for album length, it's going to have to go 11, and I've already got them planned out, and I'm not going to drop them in any hurry. But tonight we're going to focus on Meltin and Someone New. I just thought that when I start my lives and everyone's coming in, I might play a song at the beginning of the lives, just to let everyone come in, and I can type hi and all. But yes, this isn't about Adrasty tonight. This is all about Meltin John. Let me get Meltin up on this account. Now, Meltin quit YouTube again, and he was gone for, a little less than a month. Yes, his quitting YouTube, folks, lasted about 3.5 weeks. Now, he's back on his main channel, and his strikes have expired. And he's had quite a bit. He's actually had more than we will be able to get to tonight. He had an hour and a half live, an hour and 45 minutes live, and a 28-minute and 36-second live. Now, before we get to the audio, because we'll be sitting in, I want to talk about someone I have found new. This person, put it this way, let me be honest. I was going to present this all professional-like, but this person I can poo-poo the hell out of Meltin with. Yes, so we're going to drop, propriety for a moment and be brutally honest. But I have found someone that I can use as a club to beat Meltin over the head with. Oh shit, did I say that aloud? Now, damn, we gotta sit through an ad.
How's your heart?
My heart's fine. I'm gonna hit stop seeing this ad. Why? It's inappropriate. Because you are inappropriately bothering my live stream. You hear? It's Shapeshifter, your favorite grifter. I guess. Oh, shit. There you go. I'm not used to doing on this one, so I don't have it down on my holding of the phone yet. Yes, this is Shapeshifter, your favorite grifter. Now, I showed her to Nicolina today. Not that long ago. And she said her. And then I informed Nicolina, the her has a penis. Yes, the her has a pee-pee. Now, once again, as I said, I am going to use this creature. She's interesting in her own right and has her own story, which is why I'm going to get to a little of this now before we get to the Meltin audio. Now, until one day ago, she had a man who was very, very old and at the end of life as her boyfriend. Here's the kitty over there in the litter box. But he passed on. So this individual is a tranny that basically was grifting a really, really, really old guy. And he just died in the last 48 hours. So, I mean, we are actually getting it to the train wreck at impact point. Now, let me find where was it? Shit, Roger. Just a minute, I gotta find this one on the list. Because, remember I said I was gonna beat Meltin over the head with her? Oh, shit, Roger, don't laugh, don't laugh. Shit, I'm laughing. Okay, just a minute, everyone. Okay, gotta go to my playlist. I gotta go to the playlist that you guys don't ever see. Okay. Ah, here it is. She had a New Year's Eve mukbang, which when I cover her, I am going to cover. But blue lipstick, everyone, blue lipstick. Look at the pretty blue lipstick. Meltin John. Look at this. If you're going to do blue lipstick, this is what you should look like when you're done. Now, she has a PP too. Now, once again, Meltin, you are playing with crayons. She is an artiste. So, your first thing you need to do, Meltin, to be a better hooker, is you're going to need to look like this. Because she managed to get her... Now, officially, she called her boyfriend on YouTube Sugar Daddy. Now, you can see why this draws my attention, that the 30-some-year-old tranny just buried an 80-some-year-old man that she referred to as nothing more than Sugar Daddy. And I have been researching this individual this afternoon. Now, once again, I can't give you any great in-depths because I'm still in the research part of the phase. But as you see how this ties in with Meltin, that's why I have presented this first. Now, we have a ton to get to Meltin, so we might not get back to her tonight. But I am going to have a live to focus specifically on her. As you see right now, we're going to have a live mainly focused on Meltin, and we're about to get to the Meltin part. I'm going to have another live that's going to be focused on her, and then we're going to have a Meltin part. You know, just to let you know. Well, Harper, I know. I know. He's never going to look with that. Now, once again, I admitted that, you know, she was a club to beat him over the head with. Because I can even say that, but man, it's like, damn, she looks good, doesn't she? You know, very pretty. And once again, she can wear blue lipstick, and she has a PP, and she does not look like an utter effing clown. But Meltin does. So now we're done with our... And she calls herself Shapeshifter. So, you know, and then she has a couple emojis in her name too. But yes, so I guess I don't know what her given name is. So we will have to be referring to this individual as Shapeshifter. Now, Meltin John, he really ain't shifting many shapes, put it that way. Now, you'll also see at the beginning of the live on why we talked about what we did, because Meltin is here with the blue freaking lipstick on and drawing it like a Joker face. I mean, I'm trying to think something insightful to say, but once again, Meltin has ruined fashion. Now, this is 28 minutes long, and it's called Short and Sweet. The Queen Juggalo determines one thing.
Because it's true, mind you. I did win that contest a while back.
Hello, Savannah. I hope you're well tonight.
On who would be the leader of the Juggalos.
Now, context. while I was in the Boyd, Meltin ran over to the Juggalo community. Now, the Juggalo community trolled the hell out of Meltin. And they had an election between Cyrax and Meltin. And for a while, the Juggalo community elected Meltin as their leader. Now, this was a complete troll by them. So I just wanted to put that out there so you will understand what he's talking about now.
I beat Cyrax in the polls.
Hello, Blog.
Victory.
Hello, Carolyn.
I can hold my name more. I was an underdog, and I got that. I was an underdog, and I got that. Okay, and it happened. And I'll tell you what. Since that happened, I'm going to reflect back to that a little bit, and I'm going to start off here. You see.
Hello.
Fago Cola.
Camilo.
I got lots of Fago Cola yesterday. I got a lot.
It's
right?
Fago Cola.
Fago root beer. I got the Fago Cola right here, representing my Juggalo game on. You see? See what I'm singing right there? I got it today. No worries about that. No worries about that. I got all of it. Okay? What I wanted to say here is what I've discovered in my time being in this community. A useful thing. The one thing that this community is good for, I think, right, is if a slave owner is doing is going to recruit from this community to be slaves on.
Wow, I forgot. I had watched this, and now that he's reminded me of what he's going to talk about, I should have probably put this at 18 plus. Because sometimes, you know, the content is what I consider above and beyond propriety. And yes, I think I probably should have put this one on at 18 plus, because this is one of these things that, I mean, if anyone talks like Melton on this, I'm going to hit them in the teeth. And you're going to feel that way too if you haven't already heard this.
Plantation, where they're trying to get ahead, you know? Some of the best slaves could be right down here in this community. Whether I start the plantation or someone I hook up with starts a plantation and I help them run the plantation. That's what's going on here, you know? I'm gonna really say this right now, okay? That don't get too cocky, everybody, because you're being recruited for slaves. When slavery does get legalized again, it's going to be you people that are going to be picking cotton this time. It's going to be all of you. Let's just...
Now, Mel never heard of this newfangled device called the cotton gin that was developed right after they stopped using slaves. Now, as we can see, he looks rather wacky today. So yes, he's in his car with Joker blue lipstick talking about enslaving us all so we can pick cotton.
Let's just say that right now. All you who think you're funny, you ain't funny. You think you're funny, but you're not funny. You know what I mean?
His drug is schizophrenia, because Melton only drinks and smokes cigars. This is natural crazy. Melton doesn't even smoke marijuana.
Whether it be funny ha-ha or funny queer, I don't know. You take your pick. But either way, I'm just going to say right now that you all maybe do this. You maybe do this. And John Camillo, hey, come pillow.
Hey, John, he's calling you out. Now, right now, honestly, you know, you lovely ladies are in the chat, but I want to laugh right now that Carolyn and Savannah is now turning Melton into a slave taskmaster. I'm not sure how this happened, and And I know they don't know how this happened either, but Melton is the only one that can tell us on how his interactions with him has now turned him into Colonel Meltin.
Scamillo, Compillo. Yeah, you're gonna have your hands full if you're gonna try to get me arrested. You're gonna try to get someone. You're a clown. You should put the very same makeup that I'm putting on. Yet I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for you right now, Compillo. That's right. I'm fucking doing it all for it.
I bet Camilla could do blue lipstick better than Melton. Just saying. But I really think most of us could, pull off blue lipstick better than Melton. So, it's not that he has any special talent, but yeah, I think Camilla could pull off the blue lipstick better.
Yeah. I'm gonna let that whole thing play out. Camillo doesn't want you, Ollie. That's just the fact. I know who he does want, though. I know for a fact. But let's talk about that later. But no, this whole thing right here, though, it's the community serves a purpose, to be recruits for slave owners, because slavery is going to be legal again.
Now, once again, this I am sure is against TOS. I'm not sure on which bit of TOS that it's against, but I guarantee if I think long enough, it has to hit against TOS. I mean, the chat might be testy someday, but I never planned on enslaving chat. I probably should have did this as a video. I might do that as a video. It's talking about, really, honestly, I have never once thought about enslaving my chat. But evidently that is on the top of Melton's mind.
Slavery is going to be legal again, right? At some point. But it's not going to be a lot of black people. Maybe a few, but not a whole lot. It's going to be a lot of white trolls down here. So people are paying attention. All those views and all those lurkers, you don't know who they are. 10 of them, maybe at least 5 to 10, I don't know. Maybe 1 to 7 or 8. I don't know the exact figures. But you could have, between...
Summer just made a 6-foot giant leap on top of bookshelves.
1 to 10 potential...
Hello, Pindar.
...slave owners watching your live streams. I know they watched Abby. They watched,
Holly, yes, I believe he's lost his mind, but I can't think of a proper adjective yet.
Watched Anderson. They've watched, maybe they looked at Noodles, but they're like, man, he thinks too much like us, so yeah, he'll be one of us more. As far as me, they didn't see me in that light, I know that for a fact, not so much. But they look at all these other scumbags down here, though, and they realize, wait a minute.
Now, it was funny. Real life got in my way of YouTube yesterday. And I had told everyone in Nicolina's I would be live at 9 last night. So this is kind of a makeup live for the one I didn't do last night. But the funny thing is I said that in Nicolina's chat, and I know Melton was watching, because about 20 minutes before I said I was going to start that live that I didn't get to do, he went live last night.
These people here would be good for slavery. And if I was to run or help somebody run a slave plantation, I'll tell you what I would do. I would starve people for 3 days. Well, I'd give them food. I'd give them bread and water for 3 days. And then maybe an all-you-can-eat buffet for 1 day, but then 3 days of bread and water. That's how...
Now, my family were Southerners. Now, my family, during the Civil War fought on the South side. Now, many of my family were slave owners. You know, my family actually before the Civil War was very rich. And I actually, from passed down through generations, I know a little bit of how this worked. You know, what you would do is, I mean, people ate good. You know, they ate beans, potatoes, you know, chickens. I mean, because you would have lots of free range chickens. And you would also have lots of vine product because these were things that were easy to tend and get a lot of. And this is where we get a lot of stereotypical things of chicken and watermelon because this was something it was on, because every day you would be killing a chicken or two or three and cutting it up. So, you know, this is where, because once again, my family was eating this same food because everything was grown on the plantation. It was like its own self-sufficient town in its own way. You know, but once again, he is trying to say that he's going to have you working in a field on bread and water for 3 days. But see, like on my property here, you know, I can't eat beans. But if I wanted to be completely sustainable, pole beans, potatoes. You know, I would take about 3 acres of beans. And then I'd have about 3 to 4 acres of potatoes. Maybe more, maybe even up to 5 acres of potatoes. But in reality, you add, give me flour to that, and give me a hunting rifle, and I could do without modernity. And this is what my family used to do after the Civil War. Because I am the 4th generation to live off of a certain road. I kid you not. You know, on my father's side of my family, living on this road goes back over 100 years. On my grandmother's side, we don't even know they've lived on this road for so long.
I would run my slave plantation or help
Hello,
my
Rosie.
slave plantation. Because serious, I see all the signs around me that slavery still exists, but it's gonna exist harder.
And for the record, all slavery is wrong. All slavery always was wrong.
It's more in secret.
For the record.
But they want to bring slavery back. I'm telling you, they want to do it, and they're probably going to do it. And there ain't going to be nothing your ass is going to do when you're dragged into it. When you're dragged into it, there's nothing all you're going to do. That's right. That's right.
Oh yeah, this is madness.
Yeah.
Now, as you can see, I'm sure this violates terms of service. Now, I'm thinking terrorism. Just saying. You know, harassment and bullying. You know, so like I said, you know, I'm sure this violates all sorts of terms of service.
That's right. We're going to do it. Any day now.
But his strikes have cleared, so, you know, Meltin's lining up to get more.
You see what I'm saying? See what I'm doing here? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm saving you from having to look at him, by the way.
Wave to the family. Wave to the families driving by. Hi. Hi, family. Hi, kids. Hi, doggy. Hi.
And I'm not sure about which exact ones, excuse me, but the 2 of these that I watched, both of them were for children.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, Savannah. Yes, it was.
That's
This
what
one I know
his
was.
idea, you know.
Because this was one of the 2 that I watched.
For me, this was one time I shaved these eyebrows, right? And I put my blue lipstick up in the space where my eyebrows were shaved on a little bitty. I think I'm gonna do that again sometime. I would love to do that. You know what I mean? I'd love to do that. I would like literally sometime again when I feel in the mood to shade these, I'm going to put blue lipstick as eyebrows. So it looks like I got blue eyebrows and yellow face paint. Yep, yellow makeup.
And then he's going to walk down the street and try to get men to pay to... Ew, let's not even talk about it.
With the blue all over, you know. And just so happens it's the colors of Ukraine, but I'm not sporting Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? I am not sporting Ukraine.
I must have missed this part.
This is real for me. This isn't fake. And to all you out there who, even if I wasn't doing anything like this.
So do you think Russia will invade Meltin now?
And I was being more normal. You fuckers never respected me, so guess what? I'm going to turn you into the slave masters now, and they're going to all deal with you. That's what's going to happen. They're all going to deal with you, and I'll help somebody run a slave plantation if need be. And I will help run the business. And then other slaves will be providing the meals when we have all-you-can-eat buffets. You know, I mean, I'm just giving off my ideas, what I would have. Like that one day where you're going to eat all...
Now, you heard what he said. Slaves are going to provide, so he's only going to give you food and water to drink, but somehow slaves are going to provide the buffets. So the only way that's possible is Meltin plans on feeding you bread and water for 3 days, and then you're going to eat other slaves on a buffet.
All this food, and then you're going to be famished for 3 straight days. Maybe 4, off
Maybe
bread
4.
and water. Okay? It's going to look like you've had way too much. I'll tell you what's going to happen. You know who else is going to be recruited for slavery too? Guess who else? Video gamers. Video gamers are going to be. Obsessive video gamers.
You hear that, Rap? Meltin's got a space on the plantation for you.
Players are going to be recruited into slavery. You know that right now? That's what's going to happen. People who are obsessed with gaming and they're odd here night and day, and even they have to get money for their gaming habit, just like someone who has a drug habit, you know? Just anybody like that. Take your pick on who they might be, all right? Or just people like that in general. That's going to end up happening. Those people, too, are going to be recruited to sleep. And they just don't know it yet. Mentality. This is going to become a thing. Wait and see. And yes, it's happening even when, I mean, it might not happen in 4 years or within this 4 years, but it's on the way there in the next 10. I'm going to say that.
So everyone remember, in 10 years, Meltin's going to be a task mistress. Now, once again, I can't ask him this, but someone asked Meltin in chat, is he going to be a taskmaster or a task mistress? And if so, does he have the boots?
That right now, since the world...
Hello,
Izzy.
Izzy.
The world is ending. The world is ending. Without question, and this is the New World Order, and I have adjusted to the New World Order to try to take you scumbags out. Period. As poor as I am, I have a function here in all this. I have a function here to do this. And yes, that's one more barrier back there to block street signs.
Hello, artillery.
Camillo, good luck finding me, Camillo. Good luck trying to call the police to my locations, Camillo. Good luck with that. You're going to have your hands full because there's one other person also potentially around me. One other person, maybe, huh? Can you figure this out, Scamillo? Campillo, Scamillo? Can you figure it out, huh? Can you? But maybe it's not going to go how everyone thought, you know? Maybe I'll do a little poking myself at the individual. But I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. But Camillo Scapillo, whatever the hell, guess what? Your beloved Donald Trump said things very similar to what I'm saying. Oh, that's right. Oh, and I forgot one thing. Yeah, there's going to be female slaves, and I'm going to grope them whenever possible. That's what I'm going to do. Yep, I'm going to do that also.
Savannah, I'll hide you. Just say it.
I'm going to have my way with some of them. I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? The whole 9 yards. And I don't know if I'll give them a full-course meal before or
It'll help
after
Pindar.
that. I don't know. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to give someone a full-course meal before or after groping them, okay? And look them up on the internet, okay? But one of my role models, okay? And I'm inviting you to look them up on the internet, and I'll tell you what. His name is Jimmy Savile, though. Jimmy Savile was the king of comedy, the literal king of comedy, and he did children's television, too. And he did children's television. So look at me like I'm the new age Jimmy Savile juggalo, trans person. That is what you're going to look at me as, okay? Because I also, when I was young,
Now, the lady that I showed you at the beginning of this live is a trans person. Because once again, I showed this individual to Nicolina in a message earlier, and Nicolina said and I informed Nicolina that her had a penis. And Nicolina was shocked to find out that that person was trans. So that shows you that person is trans. Meltin is not trans. He is a bully that tries to use anything societally he can. This is why he's a Democrat. Because he used to be on the other side and far to the other side. But Nicolina found the girl he was obsessed about, and she was practically a Nazi. So this is where his neo-Nazi past came from. And that was before I knew Meltin. But Nicolina had found a clip that made sense. Because I wondered why ever. Because this, like I said, when I met Meltin, other people are telling me, he was actually slowly turning left when I met him. He was still right wing. But other people are telling me he was a Nazi or a neo-Nazi. And I never could figure it out. And then Nicolina found the girl and showed a clip of her. And I mean, everything that came out of her mouth was a racist slur. And then it made all sense. Meltin fell in love with her, and that's why he became a neo-Nazi.
Hey, son. I wanted to be a professional wrestler also when I was little. I wanted to be in the WW or WCW at the very least. I wanted to.
You hear that, Jimbo? Meltin wants to be a wrestler. You're a wrestler promoter. I mean, why don't you make this happen? I mean, you have your star right here. You want to make money. You think you're somebody, Jimbo. You have talent right here. You're a trainer. You're a professional wrestler. You've laid on many, many men that you had to pay to do it. And usually men pay Meltin to, but we don't even want to talk about that. But yes, you have a perfect chance here, Jimbo. He wants to be a wrestler, and you can lay on top of him.
Like
for a price.
The old WCW growing up. I wanted to be in that WCW before the Nitro WCW. That's right, the family-friendly WCW. That's right.
Yes, he wanted to be in the family-friendly WCW.
Exactly. Yeah. Before it became Nitro, before Eric Bischoff ran Nitro, there was a version of WCW that was, it was more family-friendly, you could say. And it was an underrated era of wrestling, I thought. With Larry Sabisco and all them, and Missy Hyatt, and yeah. So anyways, I can bring you this to you now. that whenever I wanted to do something, I've always wanted to be the very best at it. Always. And it doesn't matter, of course it doesn't matter how many times. I'm not going to even bother. I'm just going to turn all these fucking trolls in to the slave masters of the future is what I'm going to do. And maybe some of them are preppers.
Now, what I think's funny is, I mean, so what is actually going to make Meltin the master race? Now, this somehow has to fall back on his... Now, actually, okay, I just had an epiphany. He's blending leftism and he's taking the worst of all political beliefs and throwing them together in one Meltin philosophy. And as he said, in 10 years, we will all be his slaves.
Too. It's possible some of them are preppers, actually, too. But they are going to be recruiting down here. And if anything, I think the gaming community, I think true crime, I think drama, I think all these communities were a perfect recruiting ground.
Hello, Katie.
For slavery in the future. That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you. I don't know how many years it's going to be, but it's going to be. Okay? Maybe within the next 10. And Biden's 2024 run is going to help propel us there even sooner, I think. I think it's going to propel us there.
Biden is going to help usher in the era of slavery, according to Meltin. We got to put that caveat in there.
Even sooner.
Because I'm fairly apolitical.
You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to tell you right now, Joe Biden, I'm going to say this right now. Joe Biden is a good president next to who's out there. Okay, he's good next to Trump and he's good next to DeSantis. Let's be real.
Now, we might do that at some point. Because, sometimes we have like slow times on YouTube. So, we may get together like when a Meltin Live, there's not much material. We may sing slave songs together. Now, we will make up new ones. I mean, we're not going to do anything that was ever done in the past because we're not going to culturally appropriate other people's slave songs. We will make our own slave songs based on YouTube.
Biden is the best president out there. That's why he's going to win another term. He's going to win another term. I'm telling you. Biden's going to win another term. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. For one thing, Trump and DeSantis is split. They're split, so that's it. They're totally split. That's going to leave Biden to go up. Biden's going to win 2024. And it's not going to happen during his presidency, but it's going to help push this along, though, at least. So within 8 years or so, we're going to be starting the slavery train again.
Okay, so this is his time frame. In 8 years it's going to start, and in 2 years from then to 10 years, we will all be slaves. So, we got to look at it. So I guess 2031, we're going to start to get enslaved, and by 2033, we're all going to be, picking cotton, and we don't even need cotton.
Chain gangs again, we're going to be getting all that stuff. I mean, it happens in prison, but I'm saying where it's not going to happen in prison. I'm saying where it's going to happen in everyday life. You're going to be sleeping by 6, 7 o'clock at night, probably. I look at the Amish. They do worse. They put in, a lot. I mean, I've gone to the Amish country.
Okay. Now, when Roger was a child, Roger had to come to Kentucky and work every weekend and every summer. You got up at dawn and you worked. Now, you would work a lot until noon, and then you would get something to eat, and they called lunch dinner, by the way. Like around here, they call lunch dinner. So you would have dinner at lunch, and then you would have a little bit of time off because it's typically the hottest part of the day. So this is what you would do, is you would hardly do anything, in between that 12 and 2 block. Now, once again, when the sun started to not be directly above you, you went back to work until fairly dark. And, I grew up doing this. And on the summers, I did it for my summers. About every summer. Until I got about 16. And then my dad screwed me on money. And I said, fuck you and your farm, you son of a bitch. I did too. Those are my exact words. In fact, I think I said that. The funny thing is I said those words at 16 and I'm almost 55 now. And that is exactly what I said it to him and how I think I said it to him.
I got total lessons on what slavery is. And they're not the greatest of animals either. Let's be real. The Amish country, Lancaster County. I went there when I was young. I saw it. I went to Pennsylvania before.
Oh, yes, WB, you are correct.
Yeah, I'll tell you something right now. That's the state where they're doing slavery the most right now. They are. They're just doing it in secret more, but they're doing it there the most. There's some parts of Pennsylvania, they're probably just getting $10 an hour. You're probably just getting $10. They might pay higher in the South, actually, now than in Pennsylvania. When I was in Pennsylvania in 2003, when I was living there for a couple years, you know what the living wage was? $5.15 an hour. Like Kentucky poor. Literally.
Like Kentucky poor.
A commonwealth that's supposed to be endless opportunities, endless.
He does not understand what the word commonwealth is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be any communist shit. I don't get other people's money. Put it that way. He must get that some sort of idea. It's just a different way of organizing government.
Patriotism, endless, America starts here kind of thing, right? Pennsylvania's a slave haven. I'm telling you. They're doing that shit, whether it's the Amish country or other people.
Well, my ex-girlfriend was a dominatrix from Philadelphia, and I guess she still is. So that's kind of the only enslaving I think that's going around. And she did it out of ego.
There was someone who employed my stepfather, who's dead now. Someone employed him to work on floors, and they were paying him dirt cheap. And that was happening in Pennsylvania. In the middle of Philadelphia.
Well, yeah, my barn needs repairs. And I've already talked to a guy, and for $50, he's going to go on top of the barn, and he's going to nail anything that was damaged by the wind. Remember those big windstorms we had? I had a bunch of barn damage. So I'm going to pay a guy $50, and he'll go up there for 2 or 3 hours, and he'll tack the stuff back down, and he will survey it, and I will see what I'm needing to do for the repair. And then I'm also figuring I'll probably have to get some giant rolls of plastic and send him back up there to cover the damaged spot until the repair can be done. So, where he talks about it once again, it's equitable labor. I'm not going to be paying him a ton of money. Matter of fact, it would be below job wages in many places. But, I'm going to get my barn tacked down and a plan for it to be fixed.
Pittsburgh, the middle part of it. That's where slavery was happening. I'm telling you right now, I lived there for 2 years sometime back. Yeah. So everyone wants to talk about Pennsylvania, right? Well, I'll tell you.
Well, if he said that he was there in 2003, then those 2 years, it had to have been during then. And he was probably doing field work.
Pennsylvania's going to be the next testing ground for the slaves. It's going to be. I don't know if it'll be the deep South, really. Maybe South Carolina.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Why South
I'm not
Carolina?
sure. Maybe. Florida, definitely.
Why? I mean, South Carolina and Florida are both tourist destinations. You know, it's like Somerset here in Kentucky. It is a tourist town because of the lake. Everything in it generally is settled around the tourist industry. In fact, there in Somerset, there's at least 100 places to eat. Way more than the place normally could ever support. You know, something that size could probably only support about 20 places to eat. But because it's a tourist town, it supports over 100 places to eat.
Florida, definitely. Yes. Definitely Florida. And you don't think Ron DeSantis is on board with that? He sure as hell is. Oh my God. You're telling me he'd do whatever he had to do. He would support whatever he had to get ahead. I'm telling you right now. But guess what? So would I. You know that I was outside of a governor's mansion before? And I talked to the governor's wife. Do you realize that? Like back in March 2021?
Now, this is an interesting Kentucky fact. I used to work for a while for the state on the highway department. Now, the governor, they gave you an invitation to the governor's mansion once a year. But they did it on a day that you had to be at work. And you weren't allowed to take off work. And you had to be at work that day. So this was a bullshit game that the governor played in Kentucky. It was Paul Patton at the time. I was trying to think, who was governor? Yes, Paul Patton was governor at the time. And we were all invited to the governor's mansion on a specific day, but none of us were allowed to take the day off. And once again, and it was mandatory that you work that day. There was no taking that day off. So they made sure that no one could go there despite the fact we were all invited there.
When I was in South Carolina, I was outside the governor's mansion because I saw a bulldog there, right?
I just thought that would be an interesting little story of my past for you.
Turned out, the governor's wife was
that kind of irked
me through the fence. You know? These are people who have had contact with Gene Simmons from KISS. And I forget some of the other names, but there have been people out there.
Nickers.
You know what I mean? But I was right outside that compound, right over there. In Columbia, South Carolina, I was Peggy McMaster. Yeah. The wife of Henry McMaster. Yeah, I was right outside their Capitol building where they live. Downtown Columbia. Yeah.
Come on, baby.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was over there. So, you know, people think they know everything about me, and I'll let them think they know everything about me. They think I'm a horrible person. Great. Great. Let them think that. I'll totally let them think that even more now. Now that they want to do this to me, hey, it's no holds barred right now. You know what I'm saying? It's no holds barred. And all you fools will hang on every word that I say. All of you will. It doesn't matter. All of you are going to. All right? Because that's right. This is the real Cloud Island over here. The real Cloud Island. Where we have Fago Cola. And the leader of the Juggalos is here to tell you a special service announcement for every single thing that I'm going to end up doing. See what I mean? You see? You see? There's something else I was going to say. One more thing before I close this down. What was I going to say? One more friggin' thing I was going to say before shutting this down. I don't know what it was. I think in regards to... What was it? Shit. I don't know. Oh, sports news. The Lakers made a trade, and it looks like their team is better right now. But
Okay.
they're going to be losing soon.
Okay. Meltin is in Texas, and now he's talking about LA basketball. The only thing that I can think is his time in LA, he's adopted it as his hometown. But when he was in LA, he found every minority that he could and had a horrible encounter with him. So that kind of makes little to no sense to me, especially since he's from the East Coast. You know, I'm from Cincinnati. I grew up with the Cincinnati Reds and the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, an interesting fact, the year I was born was the year they founded the Cincinnati Bengals. So, you know, I literally grew up with the evolution of the shitty team. Now, when I was young, let me think, what year was it? When I was 8 years old, you know, I did get to see the Big Red Machine play back in the 1970s. You know, I did get to go to some of those games way back when. So, you know, that's, you know, kind of my affiliation. But I can't imagine going to California and then all of a sudden starting to love California sports.
They're not going to make it all the way. How do they think they're going to make it? I mean, really. I mean, the best they could do is slide right into the playoffs, maybe. That's about it. I mean, I don't see anything else, and they're still not in the playoff picture right now. But the Boston Celtics keep winning. The Boston Celtics keep winning. Yeah. That's right, I grew up in that old era. I was a little kid back at that time. Before Larry Bird's back. You know, I have the same back problem Larry Bird has, and I got it the same exact freaking way. I was shoveling snow, hard ice. And my father.
I edited myself right there, by the way, everywhere.
So they haven't picked it up. The streets shoved it into.
Because I really wanted to give a different idea of how he hurt his back. Now, to say it, I would have had to been at 18 plus.
Very bottom, so it stayed there, and it was harder to lift up, you know, and all that. And there I was trying to do it, and that's how I pulled my back in 2004.
Doing it. Yes. He was doing it, and he pulled his back.
Yeah, I have the same back problem Larry Bird has, the same exact one. And I wanted to make the NBA also.
Holly, he does.
I wasn't gonna be.
He has two very elderly parents that he used to terrorize. Now, when I first met Meltin, he was living in his parents' house in an attic bedroom. And the only time that he would sit on a bed and psycho rant at the camera. And this is when I met Meltin. And a frail old woman would knock on the door. You would not get to see her. And he would talk down to her like a dog. And you could tell that she was scared of him. Now, at some point, they sent him out. But they did not just cast him out. They gave him a vehicle. And they also gave him relocation money. And that's when he started traveling the country, because he said, I'm going to find a new community to move to. Well, he has squandered that money since then, for the most part. Now, I think he's gotten some more money from him than because he's got a gut. Now, once again, spoiler for upcoming, we're going to see Meltin be a streetwalker with a big gut. And he's going to call it his pregnant belly. Now, it's a beer gut. But he's been able to afford enough alcohol to gain a beer gut. And this is why I'm thinking he might have been infused with some money.
A pro wrestler anymore.
And that will coincide with his going off of YouTube.
NBA player and stuff. I wanted to just move up the levels. I told the story before, all right? But it's just so funny. The same back problem as him. It's just so funny. I got it the same exact way, too. Like, he shoveled he insisted on
no problem,
shoveling his mother's driveway or something. pulled his bat. And I pulled it while shoveling snow. And I wanted to be a player of the Boston Celtics. I wanted to be a small town, a small city type player. Kind of like I'd even debate people to say that I had the original idea of LeBron James through me. And my uncle watched basketball a lot. He encouraged me.
Okay. How did he have the idea of LeBron James? I mean, LeBron James's parents are the ones that are actually involved in the idea of LeBron James, but somehow Meltin is responsible for LeBron James, and I think someone needs to tell LeBron.
Actually, to make the NBA. Other people didn't, but he did. And
Oh yeah,
I say that I had the original idea of LeBron James, Lowell, Mass, being a half hour from Boston, and I wanted to be a Boston Celtic.
She was killing my nuts, by the way, for the official
I
record.
certainly did. I wanted to be the first hometown
Wait,
story
you're
that
killing
made
my
it big,
balls.
seeing that I had a tougher time. You know, or I didn't have things come easy to me. But again, it's going off topic. But the main thing here today is I said some things today. Yes, I did. Everyone's going to run with them. But it's true. This community is such a disgrace that I would turn them into the Slavery Commission.
Okay,
Never
it's a
mind the
commission.
Because it's all about...
Now once again, there is no slavery commission, but I'm sorry, honey, but in his own mind, he has created a slavery commission.
the future here, you know? It's all about what's going to happen in the future here, you know? And if we have more cops in this community watching these channels now, guess what? It's about time. I'm happy about it. I really am, because you got people like Scamillo who want to call the cops all the time on people. You got people like him looking to do that. He wants to use it. He wants to complain that this certain guy is a cop, right? But he's the one calling the cops, is he not, on people? So I think a cop needs to oversee. That guy says he's not a cop. I think he...
Well, you know, my talent is appraising people. Now, I've known Hazel now for years. Now, Hazel and I really don't interact, but Hazel likes attention. So that would be your source on Hazel. And Ouija will play both sides of the streets all day.
He is the person. I think he is. He's got the same demeanor. See, I know because I have cousins who are cops. I know. My father was going to become a cop. Maybe I would have been if my father became a cop. I don't know. Maybe I would have been a cop. You know, who knows? But I'm telling you, this guy's a cop. He is. I know he is.
Now, could you imagine, you know, your cop looks up and he's got makeup on and a big blue lipstick and handcuffs and telling you you're going to the plantation. The Slavery Commission said so.
He's doing something very close. That's what I'm saying. He's doing something very close if he's not in security of some kind or something. You know?
I know what Clint Eastwood would say. Now, unfortunately, it would get my channel terminated. But it would end, "Do you feel lucky, punk?"
I'll tell you what. I'm telling you. I listen to him talk. He sounds just like every cop that may have pulled me over. Yeah.
Now, Pandar, I might take and run with that. Yes, I might do a video condemning Meltin for his drinking and how it'll affect his baby.
A conversationalist. You know? Some cops can be good conversationalists, you know. They can.
Now, you know what would be funny is if all of us did it. You know, if all of us just suspended disbelief and did videos and chastising him about drinking while he's pregnant.
My cousin, for one.
That would be
And
funny.
my cousin, who became a cop when he was young, used to put Pepsi with milk, and he used to put Mellow Yellow in his frosted mini wheats, and he would try to eat it. How someone like that became a cop is kind of funny. You know, imagine putting Mellow Yellow in your frosted mini wheats. How of how that would fucking taste? I mean, really. That's right. To all you children out there, okay? Listen up and listen good. Try to experiment with different foods like that, okay?
Oh, I didn't listen to this in part. Now, once again, every time he goes to talking about the children, that's when he needs exterminated from YouTube.
Hey, you want to do it for a joke, or you want to do it to
Hello,
try,
Raylene.
so you never try it again. Maybe you could try it so you know what to use on people if you want to use them for something, or for dares or something like that, you know? Mix foods up. And I would start with Pepsi and milk, and mellow yellow and frosted mini wheats. To all you children out there, okay? Thank you tonight. Okay, I'm going to leave right now with that final note. I will talk to you all later, but this community is and I'm going to teach you kids too, possibly, that this community is good for slavery, and you could possibly implement that when you get older, because people are going to be fucked up.
Oh my God. Like I said, I didn't listen to the last few minutes, but now he is recruiting children to be our slave masters. Now, I'm supposed to say something about this, but I'm kind of at a loss, because anything that I could say could be held against me in a court of law. So yes, so I'll let you say it for me at home.
You know, kids could see it. Good content or friendly YouTube content, and they're gonna be fucked up anyway. You know, let them see it.
Well, yes,
You know
Savannah. I mean,
yeah.
that's one thing that I will always do. When I see people abusing the flag for children's content, I will shit on whoever's doing it, because that is the shit that is going to get us all terminated, and then everything, YouTube is going to be a pay program and basically be cable TV.
So mix different foods and experiment, and take notes about the future, because that's the future you could be involved in right now. And hopefully it won't be you, but it's going to be a future that you're going to be witnessing for sure. Okay? All you cherubs out there, that's it. Bye for now, everybody. Bye.
And yes, and this is him hitting the button and saying goodbye. Damn, I mean, everything that I want to say is against terms of service. Yep, everything that I want to say is against terms of service. Yes. Trying to think of anything that I could say that's not against terms of service, but I'm not seeing it. Now, his next stream is, okay, I had it. Super Chat is open to all my enemy haters. And then last night he had one, PayPal me, John Meltin, mentioning many people and things. And this is the one that I thought he wanted me to stream. Now we're going to go for the one before that, because we're not going to have time to do them both. So we're going to do them in chronological order. And I will have, when I do a late night something, I will do the other one.
Right. So my super chat is on tonight.
Oh, thank you, Carolyn.
My super chat will be on tonight.
So this is the one.
I want to get some things straight right the fuck now. Because certain people ain't shutting the fuck up. They keep on with their lies and their bullshit. Carol is spiritual warrior. Again, I guess I'm going to have to address this person.
Now, just a moment. This is one I didn't watch. Okay. Now, this one was going to let me share it. So this one might not be on kids.
And then Savannah tried to butt in right as the stream was ended. Saying I'm a pervert. Yeah, I'm a pervert. I'm a proud pervert, alright? That makes you happy. I'm a proud pervert. And I'll be a pervert even more if it means it's going to piss you off.
How's that?
Luft Huron.
Oh, shit.
Chapter.
Damn it. Sorry, everyone.
I do things in the name of
It accidentally hit something that I listen to, and I'm sure you don't want to listen to something on the Red Corsairs of Warhammer 40K.
when it calls for it. That's right. This is going to be a big chat session.
I've been busy. I mean, I'm doing my life.
And that's all there is to it right now. To all haters of Camilo, Wally, or any of them, or all them bozos out there, right? Savannah, anyone who hates any of them, drop your money here. Anyone who hates German lady too, drop your money here tonight.
Well, thank you, Carolyn.
And none of it will go in the name of making money off Jill. None of it will. It'll be making money off these other people who are trying to lie, is what this will be in the name of today. John Camillo is such a dumbass. My fucking God. He believes that there was no obituary. There is an obituary written. I think the town's North Ankeny, Iowa or something. There is a real obituary. This fucking moron with his pushing and peddling his bullshit. Everyone in there lies. They lie more than G. Magos and Mark Terry both do, even. I'll tell you right there. So they are not the alternative for sure. Even if you're fighting for something different. They ain't it. And, yeah. So yeah, this is not on YouTube for kids because I want to see colors today. I want to see colors for this. I think I'm deserving of it. And there's one reason to donate to me. It's that I'm not donating in the name of Jill. But I'm not looking for donations in the name of Jill. I'm looking for donations in the name of the people who hate. The people thinking that this is, or they're pushing a lie that this funeral is not real or something, you know? Anybody who hates Camilo, anybody who hates Carolyn, anybody who hates Savannah, or even German lady, I will welcome donations, for sure.
Now, while I've been sitting here, I've been putting on my costume. Because, you see, one of my characters has a specific costume. Alfarius. He always has a black shirt, his costume, and my clean black shirt was sitting over there in the corner. Now, this is my Alfarius mask. Now, as the original character of Alfarius, he always has a blade. And this is Alfarius' blade. This is very functional. And once again, I'm very good with it. So, you know, once again, this is one of the props that I use. But, you know, it's one of the things I've got here. But once again, Alfarius at some point is going to respond to Meltin. Because, Meltin, you wish to enslave us. But freedom will not be enslaved. I, Alfarius Kane, shall oppose you. I shall let my hair down, Meltin. Because, as a part of my character, I do always have my hair down. Now, once again, Meltin, I have a big freaking Sharpie thing that's awful fucking curvy. And you wish to enslave me. Now, once again, if I put this in your belly, well, about this much is coming out your back. So, I do have to say, good luck in trying to slave Alfarius Kane, Horseman of the Apocalypse. And now and then, during this live, Alfarius will be chiming in with madness.
30 people watching in the chat, just 2 people writing right now. That is so far extreme disrespect, right? And all of my videos from now on, if I'm doing them anymore,
I almost dropped it.
are going to be on YouTube
but I cut it.
Because you don't deserve to talk in here. You don't deserve any of this right here from the hottest trans woman in the Boyd. Even if I'm not in the Boyd, I'm still hotter than all of you. Let's be fucking real about it, huh? I'm not putting up with any nonsense. And Carolyn wants to push lie. Carolyn is an attention whore. I don't care about what Carolyn does at all. Says some story about Magden, and sometimes I would take credit for certain things. Yeah, troll, and I'm giving you a wrench right there. Because you're a loyal person, troll. See, the people who really know me know what is
Now,
up.
he blocked me, but he screwed up in the way that he blocked me. And I cannot be seen on Meltin's channel. So if there's not a mod around, many times I can slip into Meltin's channel. Now and then when he has a rogue mod, like when he had Botter as a rogue mod, I could sit there and talk all I want, and, he would just ignore me. Now, one of the funny things that I did is other people were saying, Roger Brown's in chat, Roger Brown's in chat, and other people saying, no, he's not. Melton was going off, no, he's not, no, he's not. And at the end I said, Alakazam, Roger Brown appear. And then, once again, it was Botter that was modding. He timed me out at that point. So, it would show Roger Brown reacts, timed out for 300 seconds. And that was a hilarious thing, because he was ending his live. So that's what I did, because that was kind of my signal, because I wanted him to do that. So I just said, Alakazam, Roger appear. And, he dinged me with a 5 minutes, and he could see Roger Brown reacts on there. So, that is a fun fact that in the late nights when he has absolutely no mods after one of his psycho fits where he takes all the wrenches, you will find me talking.
And these others, turncoat, backstabbing fucking pricks is all they are. They are not loyal to my channel. They want to see me fail on here. And that's all there is to it.
You fail every day, Melton. I mean, that lipstick is a fail.
Right?
I mean, now, I'm talking about a fashion fail. I mean, every day, Melton wants to be a woman. And every day, Melton is a fashion fail. Now, as you can see, Alfarius might be a tough guy, but, Alfarius knows how to look good. In fact, I got this jacket right here. I mean, Alfarius can look really good. Now, for those that you don't know, this is my leather. You don't normally get to see this on YouTube, but, outside of YouTube, this is my leather jacket. And once again, Alfarius knows how to look good. I mean, look at Melton's fashion sense, and look at Alfarius's. I mean, you've got classic red and black. I mean, Alfarius looks sexy. Don't you agree, ladies? Now, once again, I do not have blue lipstick on. And if I did have blue lipstick on, I'm at least smart enough to wear a mask.
But no, this is an emergency. This has gone on too long. I'm serious. Right? I'm putting in this live stream because the super chat button is on. The super chat button is on for anybody who wants to donate right now. How much are you willing to give me versus all these other people out here? How much did Bergs make? 4,200. How much did Lindy make? 1,208.
Hello, Amethyst.
This is the first time I'm turning on the super chat, so I'm just testing my theory. What could I make tonight by putting this on right here? I am tied
Hello,
with the
fake
Bergs
trans
subscribers
Melton.
right now. I am dead tied with them. 3.09 it looks like. This whole thing that Jill is in rehab is total fucking bullshit. Jill is dead. Jill is very dead. In the ground. Died February 12th. It's right on there.
Now, Jill was of the Boyd and Jill did pass. Now, I'm going to tell you a heartwarming trolling story. Now, the Bergs is an ass 99.9% of the time. He's also a greedy ass 100% of the time. Now, he was demanding super chats. And all of us in his chat convinced him his super chat button was broken. And I am very truthful. Now, I'm very truthful, but it doesn't mean that I'm not going to pull the shit over someone on occasion. And I told Bergs, oh yeah, I mean, I tried to, but it won't let me get the money through. That way, if he saw the button, because he wouldn't be able to get himself, and oh God, he had a meltdown. He was having a fit that his super chat button was broken, because he was sure with all the people in there telling him that that someone would have gave him at least $1. Now, we got him to do a complete meltdown. He stormed up the steps from the garage where he plays, calling Jill. And once again, when he was so upset, he had to call Jill. Jill had to comfort him and super chat him to show him that his super chat button wasn't broken. And then he got mad all over again because then, of course, at that moment, we all did the big, ah, ha, 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 ha. So his entire chat fucked him that day. But once again, when Bergs was upset, his only comfort was to call Jill in real life and have her super chat him. And then once he was upset, it was broke. I mean, he was really. And then he was more upset when he found out we fucked him and was sitting here and trolling him for about 2 frickin' hours before he called Jill.
This is not there was a fake scheme page that got taken down, but that is not the one. There is a real obituary on that. There is a real obituary on it. And this is ridiculous, totally. But what's really upsetting me is Carolyn's acting like, oh, the Carolyn's in a war, or Carolyn ain't being stalked, I'm telling you. Certainly not by me anymore. Because for one thing, I'll tell you something right now.
You hear that, Carolyn? He's not stalking you anymore. So that means he's admitting that he was stalking you. So you might want to put that in your record. And this is at timestamp 6 minutes and 31 seconds into his live.
I'll tell you something right now. I'm not going to stalk someone where I'm not in their immediate area. I have to be in their immediate area to have an interest for it. And if you're far away, I'm not going to give two.
That's Mark Terry, T-Rex. Because at one time before he started, with his Mr. T channel, he went through a few incarnation names, and one of them was T-Rex. Because Mark Terry just rips everyone else off. He has no YouTube content of his own ever. He ripped off Berg's Act, who ripped off Elvis Travels Act.
Okay. Yeah, I don't desire to go anywhere where you're going. I don't give two shits about you. That's how I roll. If I'm within 20 minutes away, it's perfect. Trust me. And I can be closer to some of you people now than you realize. Especially a few key names. I'm pretty close to them right now. Someone who's not here, okay, who I won't name. And then another person. So yeah. I'm not going to reveal it all. Because I don't think everyone needs to know, Fred. Like I said. Just guess at it, So let's see, I'm 7 minutes in already. 40 viewers in. 40 viewers and not one person has dropped a super chat right now. Not one person has dropped a super chat. What does this say right here? What does this say? I am the most real person. I've been on to people's bullshit since day one. There aren't any real people on here who give money, I guess, or the super chat. There isn't. I had someone PayPal me $2 earlier today, and that's what they've had. That's fine, but come on. It's like...
Well, I didn't know that, Camilo. I might have to get involved in that. Because, once again, I give the Boyd a lot more leeway with fuckery. But, that goes beyond it for me. And he was just doing that for drugs, no doubt.
Jesus fucking Christ. 40 people watching and nobody can cough anything up right now. That's it. Not even in the name.
And for the Boyd individuals here, I've not talked about Jill because then I'd have to talk about the circus that people created, and then we would end up in a big giant YouTube war. Where I'm just going to wait down a little on the line, and then I'm going to shit on everyone that was deserving to be shat on, And unfortunately, it looks like I got a pretty long list.
Of Jill being dead. Just in the name of John Camillo friggin' lying to everybody. That's what I'm seeing. You're donate for whatever reason you want to donate to me for, but I figured I would make it easier to say why to donate to me.
We see he's on his main channel. The fact of the matter is, Meltin had 2 strikes on his main channel. He had to wait 3 months for them to clear. He got both of those strikes within a couple weeks of each other. You know, that was, remember how I said he wasn't playing well with the minority community? 2 of those videos got him struck, and he almost lost this channel. Well, the 3 months has went by. So this channel he's on now is his main channel with over 3,000 subscribers, and he has no strikes on it. Now, once again, he's trying to get one as quickly as he can.
If you don't like such and such a person that I happen to be against also, then drop your fucking money down there. How hard can it be? After all the content that I have given over the years...
Now, once again, this would be like the Apostle Preacher, if you don't like Satan, give till it hurts. And this is basically what he's trying to do, but he's not even doing it in a fun way.
Ingrates are gonna fucking do me like that, and I'll keep calling you fucking ingrates. I don't care if it's the gargoyle, I don't care if it's Mark Terry, I don't care if it's G Mangos, I don't care if it's John Camillo, I don't care if it's any of them. As far as I'm concerned, 2 sides are fighting right now in another community, and guess what?
Hello,
I didn't take any sides. I don't take any sides. I stand on my own here, and they hate me for that. They hate me for that. That I want to do this all.
Well, actually, if I was going to hate you, Meltin, I think the fact that you're planning my enslaving me and everyone that's here in my chat and all the people in their chats, you know, I kind of think that that would be a good reason to dislike you.
I really want to do it alone, but I have no choice because everyone's a fucking liar down here for the most part.
Well, I've got used to his voice over time.
Okay, if I could find someone to live in my bucket, nope, you're out of here. That's it.
Because for over 2 years, I always tried to talk to Meltin in an adult therapeutic manner. And to try to get through to him before, you know, at this point, he just needs taking out an old Yellard.
On $20,000, well, I don't really care, frankly. All right? Good for him. I don't really care, though. And then you get that nut job Tasha Thielen still live streaming. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Can that be the nut
That
job?
nut job hasn't been locked up yet. Christ. 50 viewers right now, but I can get 50 views just like Camillo. I can prove that. It's just nobody wants to give shit. Right now, come on, donate, you cheap sons of bitches. Right now, donate, you cheap bastards.
Well, I think he got a loan from his, you know, some Christmas money from his parents. This is what I think. I think he got some holiday money from his family. And he took a month off YouTube, and now, because he's been street walking. I didn't see that video up there unless it's on his other channel. It looks like that might have come down. Now, while we're sitting here, I'm going to look it up and see if it was on the other channel. But I think that one's been pulled down.
50 viewers right now. Look at this crap. 50 fucking viewers in 10 minutes. Good views, but bad on the money right now. 50 views. Someone better drop something, or I'm shutting it down. I'm shutting it down if nobody's giving anything to me today. I am shutting this shit down within 5 minutes. If I don't get a donation. No, you go die. How about that? You fucking piece of shit. Everyone else can do it, so I'm gonna do it too. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to annoy the piss out of all of you. I'll do it more to all of you. I'll make you pull your fucking hair out of your head because you'll have to listen to my voice.
Okay, he did it as a video. Now, we're going to pause this for a minute. You know, fortunately, I have multiple devices. But yes, the other one, he did it as a video when he was street walking. Now, he posted this hours before he started having live streams here. By about 12, 14 hours. And this is a video and not a live stream. It's called Short and Sweet. This could have been a show, but go fuck yourselves, all of you. And this is where he's street walking.
If this was a different circumstance at a different time, I would have given you more content. The bottom fucking line is I don't feel appreciated. You never tip me. A lot of you don't tip me anymore. You don't. You're supposed to fucking pay if you come on my channel, number one. You're supposed to pay. Those are the rules. You know? Because I do hard work. I walk the streets. I can lose concentration. I could almost get hit by a car. But yeah, I'm selling my body. That's what I'm...
Yes, Meltin selling his body. And this is Meltin's belly. Remember I said he's got a beer gut. This is why I think he got Christmas money.
Doing tonight. Yep, with my pregnant belly. You like my pregnant belly right there? Take a good...
I had to get it right to the thing because they only showed it for a second or two. But yes, this is Meltin's pregnant belly. As you can see, this is a beer gut. And this shows me that he was drinking a lot, so I think his family gave him some good amount of Christmas money. And he sat and ate and drank it. Because as I said, he drinks and he smokes cigars. He doesn't even smoke a joint. In fact, it would probably help him.
Right there. Take a good look at it. Right there. You see that? Take a good look at it. Because it's the last time you're going to see...
I'm sparing them in the second look. Just saying.
Since I was out here right now, talking and doing a lot of talking and fucking, you know. And, obviously trying to make a comeback. Well, I'm just going to say, hey, I'm living life. I feel better now than I did when I was using YouTube more. And you motherfuckers can go suck it in rotten hell, assholes. Most of you. 99.9% of you. Because there's only like one person out of, or two people out of how many thousands that were actually there for me. None of you are fucking there for me. You can all fuck yourselves, you covert racists. You covert racist bastards. You can totally go fuck yourself. You get more out of me tonight, but no, I would have given you a show. This could have been a good show, but you know what? Fuck you. Fuck all of you. You want to smear my name, lie about me, especially you, Camilo. I got a score to settle with you, Camilo. You're going down, fucktard. I'm serious right now. And I'd even tell you where I am. If I was going to do a show, I would have given you more hints on where I'm going, what I'm doing. But you know what?
Hello, Missy.
Entire fucking hole who decided to misgender me and who decided to fucking do this. Fuck you all. I have to better my life, and I'm taking steps closer every day. And the sad truth is, I have to turn.
Now, this is what he uploaded. And then the next day he started to do live streams. Now, I've thought about this, and it was all like Rich Life, like, you know, I'll go away. So this is what I think this is. I think he was trying to set up that you need to give him money.
Turn off the camera on this channel. Because trolls will call on you if you try to get ahead. Trolls will call on you Others will try to get you thrown out of any house you're living in. This is just going to be my public service announcement. Now that I got a little more space in my phone here, it's going to be short and sweet like it always is. And you motherfuckers can rot in hell, every fucking last one of you. Right there. See, take a look at that belly right there. You see that? Fuck you all. For real. You want to see the worst of me? Yeah. You won't see any of me anymore. That's it. I feel like I have to keep sending a little message here and there because people aren't getting the...
And once again, he says that we're not going to see him, and he's been on every day.
Fucking hint, are they? They're trying to keep this place alive when it should be dead. That's it. When it should be dead. Dead. Look at my hand. I live as a woman in real fucking life. This is all real. This is real. And I'm selling my body right now as I'm on the street. See, I do some dancing right here on the street. You see that? See that shit? Yeah. I mean, for real. That's right, I am. And I look very revealing, considering I'm wearing jeans right now. That's right. And all that. This is it. But have fun with everything.
Yes, I mean, he's gone full Letitia. He's got a pregnant belly, and he's out selling his body, and now he's talking bad to us, and this was, like I said, this was his return. This was a video and not a live. And once again, in this, he makes out like, you're never going to see me again, but he's done a lot more content than I have by several times in the last few days.
Have fucking fun. Give him money, you sir.
Oh yeah, Pindar, he's cuddling.
You know.
He's deep cuddling.
Come to a halt. And here's another thing before I leave. They're milking Jill to death right now. You can't accuse me of doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not fucking doing that. And they're going to try to make so much money off of Jill that she'll never rest in peace. Because this community is so vile, they'll drag you when you're on your deathbed. And they'll make money off you when you're on your goddamn deathbed. This place is fucking simple. This place is toxic and disgusting. And I'm no longer participating in such a place. Other than to leave a message once in a while. That's it. I'm not...
Now, once again, when I saw this, I didn't expect to see Meltin again. And then he went back to his main channel, and he's not shut the fuck up since.
This anymore, and all that. Now and again, if I felt more appreciated, and I felt like I had an audience, and no one fucking was trying to stalk me, and be petty, and act all bullshit, especially people who can't take care of their fucking kids themselves. You know? And all that.
Well, Meltin knows Mallory. Meltin has threatened Mallory's life many times, by the way.
And all these other people out here. Like Camilla, who spreads lies and is trying to make money off, or at least try to get attention if he's not making money off of Jill's death. Let's be real here about this crap. What's going on? Here's what I think. I think Bergs is milking this too. I think he feels bad for Jill, but he's also using this as an opportunity to milk Jill's death off.
Now, Meltin, on this one point, is correct.
So I think he's doing both. He's doing a strategical thing. He's trying to do a strategical thing to save his channel is what he's doing. He feels bad, I think, but he's also trying to milk Jill too. The death.
Everyone dresses better than Meltin.
I think he's seriously doing both here. I think he needs any boost he can to try to get his channel up.
Hello, Stacy.
I think it's going to fail, to be honest with you. And the greater Boyd has exposed himself. I have exposed a lot of things since I've been here. Nobody has given any thought to that. But I've exposed the racism of everybody in the fucking community. I have exposed all you sons of bitches, so eat shit and fucking die. I've exposed every last one of you covert, racist, white supremacists. I have totally done that. I don't care if it's Lindy. I don't care if it's German lady. I don't care if it's Camillo. I've exposed all you.
Now, Lindy was Lindy Live's channel, because the others ones, Camillo's channel, he's in chat here, and those are two of the three that he mentioned.
The fucking white supremacy down here. How you treat the trans issue, or how you play favorites with just a few, but you hate most trans people. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind. I'm telling the total truth on that. That cannot be denied. And everything I've done on here, street walking in neighborhoods where people maybe of a lighter complexion wouldn't be doing it, I'm the first one doing that. And you wait to see, there's going to be more of them doing this down the road. I start all the trends, remember that. And things follow right when I try to...
Now, he says he starts the trend. I think prostitution is known as the oldest profession. And Meltin thinks he's starting a trend.
Stop it. I'm just very good like that, I can let some of these fuckers go because I don't trust any of them. Not with the camera in my hand, I'll show you, I'll tell you right now, I don't have no... Now. But I would show everything on where I was, but I'm not going to do that for any of you tonight. So again, eat shit and die. You didn't stand by me. You chose to believe all the bad stuff about me and none of the good stuff about me, so go fuck yourselves. Every last one of you.
Now, normally if someone says good stuff, the angel of my nature says, is there anything good to say? It's like Jimbo. If someone said, say something nice about Jimbo. Jimbo has a shiny head. Once again, that's about as nice as I'm going to get. But if someone said, say something nice, Jimbo has a very nice shiny head. But I can't even think of anything nice to say like that about him.
Sell out pieces of shit. That's all there is to it here. And that's all I'm saying. Bye.
Well, the sad thing is, Missy, from looking at his face, somebody has. That's the part that makes this sick to me. Is yes, somebody has. Oh yes, and by the way, everyone, that was on Mini Player for Kids. See that right there? That video was a kid's fucking video of him street walking. I want to say bad words. Just put it that way. But I'm sure actually Savannah, this is one time I'm sure that Savannah could actually articulate this better than me. Because I know she and I both feel the exact same about him posting his content for children. So now that as we frame that, because I thought that was deleted, but I wanted to play that first before I had gotten to any of the lives. But yes, Meltin has been a hooker. So we can add that to his resume.
That's all. I'll annoy you to death. I'm serious. Sailor is a pillhead, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not promoting Sailor V at all. That woman's a pillhead. I'm telling you right now. And she's overweight. She sleeps like 15 hours a day or something. Think of...
Now, Sayla is not a pillhead, and Sayla is also an insomniac. I have DM'd with Sayla. I also am an insomniac. Many times when my insomnia is bothering me, C'est la vie and I will be on YouTube at odd hours at the same time. So what Meltin is saying here is just so 100% off base. It's the complete opposite of reality.
The 18, I'm not sure. Doesn't fucking matter. You want to bring that up, though, then... No. No? Hey, what's up, reviewer YouTuber? What's happening, huh?
Well, where I was a preemie, I wear size 9 if I was to wear a pump.
I'm about to give you a protection wrench here. Because there could be someone out there looking to kick you. I don't know.
You know, most of you ladies, you and I could share shoes. Just saying.
So, yeah. So what's your take on all this review a YouTuber? 54 people watching.
Oh, yes, pink
nobody
pussy,
has
it
dropped
is.
the super chat at all. And there is a...
Now, this is, you hit with an interesting thing here. You springboarded for me. Meltin wants to be treated as a respected woman. But as Pink Pussycat says right here in the chat, the way Meltin talks about women is disgusting. And this is correct. But Meltin expects you to treat him as a revered woman when he treats all women like garbage.
Button down there, isn't there? Am I seeing things? Is there a money button down there or not? Yeah, reviewer gave Bergs 200 yesterday. But that's fine. He can give me whatever. I don't care. I'm not asking him, but he's in here now. I mean, hey, it would make sense, wouldn't it? YouTuber? How much do you think this is worth, reviewer YouTuber? Well, he has it to give. I mean, hey, and he happened to come in here, so 56 people watching, nobody's dropping anything.
Now, what I just did here, now, as long as this doesn't get hot, I'll be able to extend the live a bit longer.
I mean, you cheap s***s, that's how you want to do it. There is no super chat button. Are you kidding me? There is not a super chat button anymore. There is a money button down there. And I didn't get any reports that I lost my monetization. I didn't lose my monetization. I didn't. There's no fucking way. Are you kidding me? There's no fucking way I lost my monetization. I would have been notified of that. There's no button. No button. Oh, now I see. Oh, shit.
Now, I know what probably happened. Meltin didn't have enough watch hours. Now, once again, during one of my dressing up as Verily Veronica for a test look. Now, this is me as Verily Veronica. And this is one of the things that eats the shit out of Meltin. Because this is not a filtered picture. You know, sadly, I look better as a girl than I do a boy. Now, this is what Meltin wanted out of life. He wanted to look pretty. Now, as you can see, now that picture was about 20 months ago to frame it.
If you're saying it, Ryan, it must be true. Yeah. Did I turn it off? I'll have to look into my settings. I don't know what happened to it. But I would have been notified of that. If... Well, I can't turn it on now. I'm going to have to look into my settings. Because...
I don't think anyone could give Meltin makeup tips. Honestly. And I do have a friendship with a professional makeup YouTuber. Now, she currently isn't doing makeup content. She's currently doing drama content. But when I started to do Verily Veronica years ago, she did send me a ton of makeup to do Verily Veronica with. And that was a lot of the makeup that I was using when I originally started doing Verily Veronica. And we'll talk about her at another time.
All right, paypal.me//John Meltin. If you want to give right there. PayPal.me/Job Meltin. Give your contributions there. I will get all of the money versus part of the money on here. PayPal.me/Job Meltin. You want to give to that address right there. Someone put that in the chat. PayPal.me/Job Meltin. I get nothing here anymore from anybody, and I deserve some of the cut. I deserve some of the cut for damn fucking sure, and I will get some of the cut.
I'm just here for your company today.
In fact, I'm thinking about going after Bombshell, baby, myself.
Thank you, fake trans Meltin.
Because that was wrong to do to Jill also. Taking $400 from Jill was...
But when we all compare ourselves to Meltin, we all look like pretty girls compared to him, in my opinion.
Also, that was a bad thing Bombshell did also. I think I might come after Bombshell now. And I'm sick and tired of seeing or hearing about her tragedy pimping as well. She hasn't met one person off YouTube. Here's one thing about Bombshell Reloaded.
Now, for the record, Bombshell Reloaded is a pill addict. And she grifts heavily for her pill addiction on YouTube.
Bombshell Reloaded has not met one person off YouTube. It's 100% about the money with Bombshell. Bombshell needs to be calmed down on. And Bombshell is bigoted against trans people, and Bombshell is a racist. There, I'll start it right there. I think I should get on Bombshell as well. How about we all harass Bombshell and get her to pay up, bully her into paying up? Maybe to Bergs and maybe to me, okay? That's Bergs' business.
Okay. Okay, we're all supposed to bully Bombshell into giving to him and Bergs. Now, the fact of the matter is, Bombshell is a pillhead. And you ain't ever getting a dime out of Bombshell. Because Bombshell, when she's in deep, deep financial doo-doo, she will pull Ernie Shell style shit and some shit that Ernie Shell ain't even thought of so she can keep the pills going up her nose.
But this is my business right here, okay?
You know, you're more likely to get humility out of Ernie, put it that way.
Person to take $400 from someone who's challenged and who has an alcohol problem to accept that money. No, Savannah is a piece.
He just admitted he had an alcohol problem. And now he's got Savannah's name in his mouth again. Now, I didn't think about this at the beginning, but I should have counted how many times he says Savannah. Now, if I was Savannah and I had the ability to clip a lot, because I mean a lot, I'd just like string together all of his Savannahs. I mean, Savannah, honestly, he should have got you a Valentine. I mean, if I was going to say Savannah so much, I would have at least bought you roses.
The shit. Savannah is a coattail riding hussy. I'm gonna call her a hussy.
Hussy.
That's what I'm gonna friggin' do. Savannah is a coattail riding hussy who still tries to clip my videos and put them on her channel. She claims she hates me so much, but I don't fucking think that's the case at all. I think the bitch loves me, to be honest with you, with the way fucking Savannah.
No, you know what? He projects. Uh-oh, Savannah. I think he's got a crush on you. Now, this is an idle opinion. But I had this now as an idle thought. It just came to my mind. Now, one of the reasons why you and Sayla he goes after so far, you're pretty. And it eats his shit. But I'm starting to think he might have a little bit of crush on you. Because he don't talk that way about Sayla. But he has a certain passion when he talks about you. So, I think he's got a crush on you. Now, I hope to God I'm wrong. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. Let's write this in stone right now. I don't want to be right, and I hope I'm wrong. And I hope I'm just talking shit. Honestly. But I do think he might have a crush on Savannah. So we'll put it that way. He might have a crush on Savannah.
Savannah pretends that she's repulsed by me. It's not the truth, though. I'm telling you right now. But you know, if you trash
Okay,
talk,
I didn't listen to that part. Okay, I said a moment that he may have a crush on her. Now I'm going to absolutely positively say he's got a crush on you to no end. And I pity you. And I would throw my body in between you and him if it was needed. But yes, he definitely has a crush on you.
too much, if you lay into her too much, I'll tell you the real truth about Savannah. Savannah gets off on that. Savannah likes that. So I don't do that anymore. All right?
Oh, man. Yes, Savannah, he is.
I mean, fact that Savannah.
But yeah, he gets shit into his head and he gets obsessions and crushes and I don't think he knows how to be positive in any way. Because with Abby Brooks, he never was. He was constantly fighting and arguing. But you see, Abby Brooks was the same way. Because she used to threaten to kill Meltin. And on a saved hidden video on the Verily Veronica channel, I've got a receipt of Abby Brooks threatening to kill Meltin.
I likes that shit. All right. PayPal.me/John Meltin. Type it in, Eric. How easy is it to type in? Are you retarded or something? You're not going to send no $100.
Now,
you're an idiot.
Now, everyone here, if you want to set him off, you can tell him he's misgendering himself. Because he's Meltin John, and he needs to be Meltin Jane. So obviously, Meltin is misgendering himself. Now, I don't think I'm going to make a video saying that, but I think it would be all fun if we reminded Meltin John that he misgenders himself. Because see, before he was on the Lady Wayne channel. Now, all of this he's putting out now is on the Meltin John channel, which the name itself, he misgenders himself every time he uploads.
Get the fuck out of here, will you? I got no fucking time for retards like you. You piece of shit son of a bitch. Leave me alone. Get the fuck gone. Will you? My God. Don't these trolls really piss you off to all those people out there? I don't know who this Grimcast guy is, but he's getting booted. I think I've heard that name before. He's.
That was my channel, by the way. Now, my Grimcast channel, I'm doing some news and pop culture every now and then a couple times a week. And it's my new little channel, and it's got like 54 or 55 subscribers on it. But I went into there and spoiler, I get banned.
IP2 or something like that. But if this channel doesn't have a money button anymore, then it's like, what's the point? I mean, for real. I mean, what's the point anyway? But just the fact that, Roger Brown is Grimcast. That is the word going around. Roger Brown is Grimcast, said by anonymous person, not to be named.
Which no doubt was rap.
But someone said Grimcast is Roger Brown.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Elisa Giordano can kick rocks. I don't want anything to do with that whore. Didn't they have their chance when I was in LA? Didn't they have their fucking chance?
Well, that's because I'm sure she's scared to death of you, dude. Just saying.
To get with this, but now that I'm not there anymore, she wants a piece of me? Fuck you, Elisa Giordano. Kick fucking rocks. I don't like your bitch ass. In fact, Elisa Giordano, let me tell you something, Elisa Giordano. You've always, whenever I've watched you on Kermit and Friends, I was watching all of it, okay? I watched when you got swatted. I watched when Barter was in there. I watched all that shit, all right? And I've always noticed you've done your lips in such a way where you've puffed them out or something. You got, like, lip injections or some shit.
She's got lip
because
injections.
you look like a hussy, too. And you look like you deliberately went for that look. Like, people will notice your lips.
Now, this is something I noted. Savannah is pretty with a certain look. Well, Elisa, she has a similar look. It's just she has dark hair where Savannah doesn't. But, she has long hair that drapes her face. And they both do makeup well. And he both calls them hussies. That's the word he's picking. So, I think Meltin wants to be a hussy. Now, I might make that one into a short video where I prove that Meltin wants to be a hussy. Because for one, I think that would be funny.
It's like you have dick-sucking lips. Okay? That's what I'm telling you.
Well, I couldn't either, Savannah.
People would look at your lips first before...
the only time I would want to look at him is if I'm holding my battle axe.
And the first thought that came to my mind is this woman's got dick-sucking lips. That's what comes to mind.
Damn, I wish I'd have put this at 18 plus, because Meltin is big about projection. So this is what I believe Meltin wants. And I'm not going to repeat his words, but yes, I think he wants some puffy, pouty lips. Well, I'm going to be dancing on the edge the rest of this live with my words. I can see that now.
Yeah, with that one. I'm serious. I'm very serious here. And 58 viewers, isn't this great? 50, look at this is the view potential I could get if I had the money button down there. I didn't know I didn't have it down there now. But Christ, 58 views. This is about as many.
I think I tapped out about here.
65?
So the rest of this, I'm not going to know nothing of.
Last night. 65?
Because I was on my Grimcast channel working.
I don't know what's going on, but review a YouTuber. You can donate to PayPal if you want. There it is, right there. No, wait, trolling, that's wrong. John Meltin, it's in reverse. Rewrite that. Reverse it. John Meltin. It was the name I came up with.
John Meltin. Now that does not sound like a pretty princess's PayPal, does it?
When I first made my PayPal account a while back. You gotta reverse it. It's John Meltin. It's not Meltin John on my PayPal. All right.
Should be Jane Meltin.
Right, except that needs to be flipped. Okay, flip that, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
He needs to go to a different name, like maybe Jane Manson. That would be a good one for him. Or Jane Doe. That would be another good one, because then it's going to match his toe tag when he's at the morgue.
Finally. Yes. We're going to piss John Cabillo off tonight. We're going to piss Savannah off. We're going to piss Lolly. And I'm going to have to pause the stream to check.
Well, yeah, fake trans, I can see what's going to happen, They're going to find Meltin's body, and they're going to think, this woman is badly decomposed. Now, he will have probably only been dead about an hour, but, they'll look at Meltin and say, this won't, because with the whole bloated body and everything, they're going to go, this woman has been dead for at least 3 weeks. Look at her.
Donations. If you tell me, don't tell me the amount you're going to send me, because if you say something like you're going to send 100 or you're going to send 200, it's a scam. These are people that are trying to roll me. So don't say what you're going to donate to me on here. Say that I just donated, check your PayPal. That's how I know I gave you something, check your PayPal. You don't have to say $100. You don't have to say $200. I will take any amount. I don't care what it is. Whatever you have, give it.
Whatever you have,
Whatever
give
you
it.
can give it. Don't worry about the amount. If everyone gave $1, that would add up to a lot of money. If everyone gave $1, that would be a decent amount of money right there. No, you didn't. Bye. Bye, bitch. Bye.
Okay,
Carlos, you
Pindar,
son of a
take care.
fucking bitch, you. Bye, you asshole. You are not welcome in here. Carlos is to be kicked from here on out for doing this shit. This is the shit that I go
Oh
through.
no, Carlos
And this
got
is why
kicked.
I went absent. This is why I don't want to be here. And I'm demonstrating that to you all. That this is the shit that I go through on here. And this is why I don't like to show up. So if everyone thinks they individually ran me off, no. There's a bunch of bullshit on here that everyone as a collective is doing. That everyone as a troll collective has done to me over the time that I've been here. You got hussies like Savannah and fucking Carolyn who can't fucking leave my name out of their goddamn mouth. And all these other losers out here. Now Elisa Giordano. When did Elisa Giordano mention me, by the way? When was that? And is there any fucking proof that fucking Elisa Giordano regrets?
Now, you saw Freudian slip. Remember what I said about, where Elisa and Savannah have some minor features, but, as pictures, you can line up some similarities. Now, once again, you see the Freudian slip. He wanted to say Elisa, but he said Savannah. Well, Savannah, if you've never got an order of protection against someone, Meltin might be your first. He might just break your protective order cherry.
This, I mean, come on.
Hello,
you gotta show me
YTS.
proof with that, or shut the fuck up. Bottom line, end of story. She said it when Minnie Manson was on. And I don't even bring her up at all. I don't care about any of these. See, I see her as a wannabe. And by the way, who the hell is this Wendy Pack bitch?
Now, once again, when my locale says something correct, I will co-sign it. Now, Minnie Manson, he is correct about, because when Minnie Manson first came on the scene and people were talking about it, Minnie Manson came into my other channel chat and started spamming it, because that was a bigger channel, and at that time I had stopped about talking about Rich Life. And that's exactly what Minnie Manson wanted to do, was me to talk about Minnie Manson to help make him popular, or her, it, whatever.
She used to be on Howard Stern, right? I might as well mention Wendy Pack for a second here. Is she... What the hell is the deal with her? I don't think she's a skit. I really don't. I mean, because why would she want to be called Wendy the slow adult and not Wendy the retard? Isn't it the same thing? Isn't calling somebody a slow adult the same thing as no, Mr. T, time out.
Now, Jimbo's kind of slow. I mean, when is any time you ever heard a damn thing intellectual out of Jimbo, the supposed teacher? Oh, man.
I got 57 views. How many do you have? How many views does Mr. T have right now? How many views does Mr. T have? I got 57. And no one thought that I would be beating them in views tonight, did they? Did they? This just shows my potential right here. That I have not been tapping into this very often. Thank you again, Trolling, very much. Thank you. Trolling is someone from Michelle Marie Delaney's channel. Who's someone who goes into Michelle Marie Delaney's all the time and stuff. Trolling is good people, folks. Trolling is cool. Cause you see, there is good trolling. There is such thing as good trolling and there's bad trolling. Schmeckle Cat, what is going on?
Now, I don't know the person he's
First time I've
talking
seen
about,
you in here in a long
so it's
time.
got to be somebody's
The leader of the
soccer account.
Juggalos. Yep. Hey, Schmeckle, guess what? Look at this shit. Hey, look. Look at this. Shit.
I was thinking if anyone interesting was live, and not really.
Wait a minute. Look at that. I got Fago Cola. In the name of the Juggalos, I drink Fago Cola. Right there. You see that? That's right. I got a whole bunch of it yesterday, actually. I got a whole bunch of Fago Cola. 66 cents a pop. 66 cents a pop I got these things. So.
Now, I just had a thought. Now, I did half expect Meltin to come on while we were live. Now, it's Saturday night. How much do you want to bet that Melton's not street walking with his pregnant belly? I think he is. Because he's been on every night since he did the video saying that was basically shunning us and we didn't deserve him. Now, he's been on every night since then. And he's not on tonight. And it's about 10:18 where he is. Now, before last night, he got on before 9 o'clock. So, I think Melton's out looking for love. Now, the sad thing is there's always a deviant that will pay for sex, and sadly, I do think that Meltin is having some luck, if you can call it that, because he keeps doing it. This is why I think that Meltin is actually being maybe not a great hooker, but a semi-successful hooker. Now, I don't know what would pay for sex with Meltin, but he wouldn't keep doing it unless he was at least getting something out of it.
Look at that Fago root beer and Fago Coke. I got an orange and I got 2 more of these. And I got a frosty cream soda or something. Yeah.
You know, YouTube is about as far as I prostitute myself, just saying.
You know? Hey, Shebeko Kid, have you ever heard of a store by the name of Cash Saver before? You ever hear of the Cash Saver supermarket? You ever hear of them?
Oh, man. You know, there's a part of me that wants to make a sock account and ask Meltin if he wants to buy Naughty Verily Veronica pictures. Now, I think it would be funny, but I'm very afraid he would say yes.
They're pretty cool, those places. Cash Saver, they call. They're only
it's very cheap. You know, the Fago stuff, it's the cheapest stuff on the shelf. And for the better part, it's nasty as shit, but it's very popular in the inner cities because everyone is broke as fuck.
Aries. I'll tell you what, look, I'm eating my hair, look. You see?
And he does sit there and eats his facial hair. He sits there with a razor doing this and eats his facial hair. Because I flipped in and out for a couple minutes.
How much you want to pay me for eating my facial hair? Anybody?
And I watched about this part for about 3 more minutes before I tapped out. And yes, he takes a little razor and is cutting his chin right here, his stubble, and he's eating his facial hair like a child. Although children do not have facial hair, so not quite like a child, put it that way. I think I misspoke.
I think I dug a lot of it out already. Look at that. See, look. Wait. See that right there? See that?
Now for the record, normally when my subject says that, I show you. But I am not going to show you him eating his hair. You know, once again, I have a little more self-respect for my channel. So you'll just have to take my word and his word for it.
See this right here? This will give them all something to talk about, won't it? Look at that. Look at that nice one.
Very little, actually. I'm trying to block this part out of my mind. But it just shows me that he'll act childish.
See that? See, that's content right there.
Hair-eating content.
Facial hair.
His woman facial hair.
See this right here? This will get them all talking.
No, in fact, now this live's going to be a little long, so we're going to skip through him eating his facial hair. Okay, now we're at 36 minutes in, and we're about 12 minutes later, and he's no longer eating his facial hair. Because I think about over 10 minutes of facial hair eating, I would tune out of my own live.
I said I was going to be right back. I'm cool. You asking if the stream ended? You're stupid. These people, they don't pay attention. You got to get on their ass because they don't pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Look at this shit. I'm glad I got mods on it, though. I really am. Keep knocking all of her fucking accounts out of here. Mental health is available. Yeah, okay, buddy boy. Get rid of low IQ Lou either, too. Real Stream News. Real Stream News, what do you want? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Now, RSN and I have
Get him
history.
out of here, too. This is not a conversation, nah. Real Stream's getting out of here. I'll have to time that.
Now, you don't know it, but at some time or another, randomly, I'm going to pop on Real Stream News' panel, and I'm going to shit all over him like I got diarrhea. But this is from stuff from my other channel.
Come on out. Look, see, this is how I get trolled all the time. And this is how it's been before. For the whole time I've been on YouTube, this is how it's been. Do you realize that? This is how it has been. This whole fucking time. It's been this way. So, if you complain about how I turned out, well, don't you wonder the source of everything? That maybe the fucking community made me this way? It's extremely disrespectful.
Now, he was this way before I met him. So, the community, I declare innocent.
Extremely fucking disrespectful. Toward me. Toward me. Someone who doesn't deserve this at all. Someone who doesn't deserve this at all. Who's only wanted to do positivity on here. Hazel, you're fucking lucky I didn't come through your neck of the woods.
Wow.
I didn't have anything to stop in New Mexico for, or I would have stalked you fucking ass, trust me. You weren't worth it. You weren't fucking worth it.
Wow. He admits that he was willing to stalk Hazel. Because he's trying to scare her. That's all he's trying to do.
See, they want to get stalked by me. That's what they fucking want. It's their fantasy for some reason. But they see me like I'm a guy when I'm not. I go by female pronouns. I am a lady. And I'm going to be a BBW lady from...
Oh, yes. He's going to be a big, beautiful woman. So that explains the belly. Yes, Meltin is going to be a fat chick. I'm trying to process that in my mind. I guess he decided that if he can't be pretty, he'll be large.
From the looks of it, very soon. You see? You know what it is now? I'll tell you what time it is. It's Happy Slappy time! Right there.
Where's my kitties at?
Thank you, Ryan. Much appreciated there. See, getting a hold of me is not that hard, but there's just too many trolls. I don't bother anymore with this. Now, Real Stream's bringing all his accounts in here, too. Is that the real...
Now, my summer kitty has got a hiding spot on me because she was in this room right here before this live, and the door has not been opened, but Summer has completely disappeared. I don't see Rachella either, but I think she's on the other side of the chair.
Stream News, are those his channels? Can anyone verify that? Because he's desperate for attention, if that's really him. You fucking right-wing loser. Fuck you. See, everything's going right-wing now, and it's totally horrible that this is how the country is.
Now,
But
Real
I hate
Stream
to burst
News is
your bubble,
addicted to
everyone.
heroin, by the way.
Joe Biden is going to win in 2024, and I'm going to keep pushing that if it means I piss all you far-right snowflakes off. Joe Biden's going to win again in 2024. Remember that.
Now, if I get Meltin on panel and he starts saying that, I'm just going to agree with him, just to disarm him. You know, because where's that going to leave him to go? Oh, yes, YTS.
Right.
Yes,
why
apparently we
you
all
being
are.
mean to me? I'm a very nice lady. Yeah, absolutely I am.
Very nice
Totally.
lady. I don't know. With this rant right here, I might end up having to make Meltin metal.
Till you piss me the fuck off, then I become very angry. Absolutely. Then I'm not a nice person anymore. Apparently they wanted me to get angry at them because I hate every last one of them to death. So all right, Kennedy, thank you. Good night. Hey, Kennedy, you gave me. Were you the one who
I
donated?
got a kitty one side of the room.
I did get something in there.
It's okay, Poggy. Hold on, baby. I'll let you out.
I did get something in.
Okay, honey. I'll let you out.
So was that you who donated? I wasn't sure.
Let you out, honey. There you go, baby. Poggy. You want it out, baby? What? You're letting the cold air in here, honey. Go ahead. Go on outside. There you go, baby. Look at it. There's Chella Chew. Rachella, where's your mother hidden?
I gotta go back on the comments here and see if that was the person. Yes, it is.
Your mother is
all right.
hidden here somewhere.
All right.
Now, she definitely moved. And yeah, I feel where Rachella was laying. Oh, there her is. Hi, Summer, honey. I found her. I talked bad at her, but I did find her. Now, Melton's just being quiet. Now, you know how your internet box is like this? I take like a set of 2 bookends, very old ones, and I put up against my box because the kitties will knock it over. Well, I couldn't find Summer. And then I looked up at the box, and one of my bookends is knocked off into the floor, and Summer is right up against the internet box, where that bookend is supposed to go. So right now, Summer is the bookend holding up the cable box. And if all of a sudden the live ends, Summer has destroyed the internet.
I'm finished with that shit. 41 minutes in right now. John, Camilo, and Savannah are hooking up. Let them. Go right ahead. Because I know John and Lolly is no genuine interest. I'll take it.
Now, the thing is the people are trolling him. So, Savannah, John, don't be surprised when Meltin is spreading it around that you two are having a love affair.
Using her for the money. That's all there is to it. He's only using her for the money. Period. Right now. Hey, Trolling. Let me ask you something, Trolling, if you're still here, okay, Trolling? Do you think Savannah deserves to be in Michelle Marie Delaney's room? What does everybody think about her in Michelle Marie Delaney's room? I want to know from the horse's mouth, because you're over there, right?
What you doing, honey?
So, I didn't get a chance to ask everybody in there.
why didn't you go out that door with
What
your
the
brother?
hell could someone like Savannah want in Michelle Marie Delaney's room? When they're like so far apart. Yeah, well they're very bigoted and right wing leaning. They're very horrible people. And when Joe Biden wins, I want these people to wreck shit. I want them to get arrested.
My baby's growing up. Richella just blew me off. Because normally I do what I just did right there, and she hops right up on me. Yes, my young lady is growing up. Because she started to, and she decided, I don't really want to, and just walked the other way, and basically gave me the cat finger. My baby's growing
I want
up.
half these people, and most of them, put in jail where they belong. I'll tell you right now, I want Biden to win so bad just so these people can destroy things.
Okay.
They'll be thrown.
Now, let me be honest. Your life is not going to change for the most part. Doesn't matter who's president. Now, Congress, it does matter more to your life because they make laws and they control the purse strings. But in reality, presidentially, it really makes very little in your day-to-day life who the president is. Now, it shouldn't be this way, but in reality, the president is supposed to be the commander-in-chief. And he's just supposed to be an executive. He's supposed to be a paper pusher that is mainly focused on military and defense. Now, unfortunately, our world didn't work out that way. But, as I mentioned, where and the whole reason I say that is because Meltin is putting all his faith in who's in the White House. And that's a huge mistake for anyone. Once again, your representative in Congress is your closest lifeline to federal government. Your representative to Congress is your most important thing when it comes to the federal government. And sometimes who is the Speaker of the House?
In jail. Well, they'll be disrupting the peace at the very least so badly where there'll be arrests and everything. Yeah, the plantation is a great idea because many of these people need to be put on a plantation. I think it's actually a great idea for these people. I really think we should start with these undesirables. I seriously do, before any average black person that I see on the street. I think we're going to start with all these undesirables. That's what I think we're going to do. We're going to make them the focal point of slavery. That's what we're going to do this time around.
Now, I don't want to make Savannah uncomfortable. But there, if I wanted to be Boyd about this, I would make out that, he really has something for Savannah, and he's definitely adoration. Thinking about it, I was trying to think, any relationship that I've had that I have said the girl's name as much as he says Savannah. And I don't think so. Now, I would like to say that I've said a girlfriend's name as much as he has said Savannah. And I'm really trying to think back in my life, but I only mentioned him if it was relevant at the point. But I didn't just go around saying the girl's name. I almost said a couple names, but I shouldn't have. But I'm glad I didn't. But yes, I almost said a couple of my long-term girlfriends' names, but I don't never went around just uttering their names. If relevant, if I had a date, my buddies were saying, stop over on Friday. I'm going out with X. Or when I got back on Saturday, what did you do? And, then I might, her name might come up a couple dozen times in the conversation. But you probably sit down. What are you doing, honey? You fighting with keys under the door?
Yeah.
I just put that back on because I might have to go here and...
Yeah, you see that, right?
Now Chella went to eat.
You see slavery becoming legal, possibly.
My little girl went over to the door, scratched at it. Her brother reached under the door, hit her with the claw. She went, "Urgh!" And then that's when I moved. And then she walked over to the food bowl, and now she's eating like nothing happened. And her brother's crying to come back in. The cat I just let out.
Before, I don't know if you're that person or not, right? But I'm going to tell you something right now, that Pennsylvania is going to legalize slavery, probably. I think Pennsylvania is going to be legalizing slavery. I think they'll be one of the first states to do it, actually. How do I have this source? Let's just say I'm connected.
This is not repeat, by the way.
I'm connected to the Most High, let's say. But that's where it's going. That's what everything's telling me right now. The Pennsylvania is going to be one of the first legal slave states, I think, to come back. Because about it, they're in the north, totally, okay? But there's more Confederate flags in Pennsylvania than there are down south right now.
When I was in Pennsylvania, I didn't see a single one.
Pennsylvania, you will see exactly what I'm
talking about. Or the official record.
It's all throughout. And
in fact, 2 years ago, this month, I was in Pennsylvania. And actually, no, it's after Valentine's Day by a couple of weeks. So I was about almost 2 years by a few days. And I never saw a Confederate flag in Pennsylvania.
And that's it, really.
It must have been on Meltin's wall.
There's probably an even split vote between that crowd and the cities over there, probably. Oh, you did? No means no? No means no. Let me check. Wait 1 sec. Let me
12
check that
means
again.
12.
Is that a legit donation? Nope. That is a total troll right there. No means no is getting hidden. That is a troll right there. Totally.
Well, no does mean no.
There's no donation of any kind. Right there. You'll never be back to Michelle's if Savannah is there. Yeah. What? Tell me all of what happened, because you know me, I did not go in every Michelle Marie Delaney episode. What has Savannah done to cause trouble with there? I want to hear it from everybody who goes over there right now. Give me the skinny. Give me the info. I want to hear about it all.
Here you go. Oh, honey.
Savannah is in Discord also? I don't go into Discord. I say fuck Discord. And that cunt is in fucking Discord?
Got her
Let me tell
badly.
you about something where Savannah lives. Let me tell you about something where Savannah lives at, okay? So she acts like it, but she doesn't. You're exactly right. She acts like it, but she doesn't. Right? She doesn't. Yeah, it's all fake with her. Because you want to know why? Her part of town is like the old school urban, kind of like what you would say. It's like in a part of Houston that's like a disgusting area. I went right by where she lived. I went right in that whole entire area. I looked.
Well, Savannah, at 47 minutes and 14 seconds, he says he went right by your place.
And everything over there. I was
you know, if you want to have that in a document. Oh, shit. That's the problem with this device, is it will, just a second, everyone. I'm going to have to let this ad play out and go backwards. Because they've made YouTube now to where about everything that you touch will click onto something.
And let me say,
like I said, this was me just trying to set the damn thing down.
She lives in a shithole part of town. 3/4 of Houston is a shithole, I think. There's only one good section of Houston. That is the southwest part of Houston in Sugarland. The rest of it is garbage. And maybe I would put the northeast side third, maybe. But the rest of it's garbage. Yeah, well, she lives in the most rednecky, trailer park, slummy section of Houston. The white trash party, not to say the others.
Well, I tell you something, but right here in this live, you're giving her everything that she's going to need for a protective order.
Actions aren't bad too, but she lives in the white trash part of Houston.
Well, the bright part, Savannah, is he thinks you do. So once again, in his mind, that is what he was doing. And that would be, she's getting me. Ouch. She got me with the claws in the nose, too. These are sharp little things, by the way. I feel like I just took 3 needles to the nose.
John. Go right ahead with that. See how that turns out is all I'm going to say. Which two people were in favor of me? Savannah also transgender? I don't think so. But she does put a lot of makeup on like she could be. I mean, I do say that.
Now, Savannah, he's projecting. Remember how I said, I don't know when it was, but I'm pretty sure you were here. And, I said, like you and Selah, he had to be you. And this is a symptom of it. This is an expression of it.
Like, I think she makes her face look a little more lighter than it is with like, bleach white makeup. She's another one, too. You look at...
They have this thing now, Meltin. It's called powder. I mean, on top of makeup, it is very nice, and you blend it all around, and it looks good. Now, Meltin, I know you don't know how to blend anything, and your makeup will never look good.
She probably had lip injections. I think Savannah had lip injections because she's jealous of black women. Or Hispanic women.
Well, Meltin is only dangerous to people in the presence. Now, Meltin would just drive by just to try to, quote, scare you. Now, the only way he would be dangerous if you were like in Walmart or a small store and just ran into him. Then, yes, you would be in danger.
So I think Savannah tries to emulate looking like a Hispanic woman. So she got some lip injections, I think, to look like.
I don't know where he gets that. I do not see Savannah as Hispanic in any way. And when I went to school, there was a girl that looked a lot like Savannah. And she had what also at the time, in the 1980s, they were called pouty lips. And this is before any sort of thing is a lip injection. So, but again, this is him projecting. He wants to be you. It's an overused phrase, and I don't like to use it in this case, but he wants to wear your skin.
To look like a Hispanic woman. Where Houston's got a lot of Hispanic women. I think that's the look that she went for with that. And I think Elisa Giordano, possibly being in L.A., wanted to do that also.
Now, Elisa Giordano has had lip injections. Now, I do not believe Savannah has had any sort of cosmetic anything. It is her natural beauty. And Meltin is jealous of her natural beauty.
It's my style opinion on all that shit with the lip injections and all that. Yes. I'm gonna mod you up, not so lucky. The more real mods I have, the better. Here. Shanny for Christ. Kensington, now where's Kensington again? Tell me where Kensington is at. You say that's a hot slave territory. Where is Kensington at? Is that the south? Is that the north? Where's Kensington?
A hot slave territory? I mean, I think I'm supposed to say something, but it's so ridiculous I don't know what to say other than I do not believe such a place exists.
Is it Tennessee? Oh, wow. Pennsylvania. I told you so. Because you know how I know?
Someone's
Because my
trolling him. It has to
stepfather
be.
couldn't get a job there, right? He couldn't. The one job that he could get, someone paid him for like 1/3 or 1/4 of the cost of the actual work. You probably get paid more in Alabama than you will in Pennsylvania nowadays. I'm telling you, I would not. What's the minimum wage of Pennsylvania right now? I'm willing to bet it's still $9. I'm willing to bet it's $9 an hour out there. I'm willing to bet that it is. She doesn't care if she's a racist. Savannah is a Ku Klux Klan person. Wouldn't Savannah, hey, not so lucky, answer me this.
Now, I have never seen Savannah in white. I've seen her in many outfits on her channel, but I have never seen her in white robes and a white hood.
Question. Wouldn't Savannah be a great recruit for the Ku Klux Klan? With how covert she is about everything? Wouldn't she be a perfect target for them? Like the white woman image? That's who they would probably go for. Someone like her. I'm thinking. Well, she's got enough looks to pass them probably if she puts enough, whatever, foundation on or something, or I don't know. Because she certainly, I already talked about it. Yeah, see how I can sniff these people out? I know this because I've studied people.
Yes, he has studied, and now he knows that you are a member of the KKK, Savannah. Now, I learned this because of politics, but the head of the KKK that's involved in recruiting is called the Grand Cyclops. And I only know this is because there was a senator named Byrd that died about 10 years ago that was in Congress forever, and he used to be the Grand Cyclops of the KKK. And, of course, the press covered for him.
In groups before. I know how these people think. I know how cops are. I know how white supremacists are.
Hello, high school
I know how
bully.
they think. I know what they say. I know what they do. I know their every move. Well, Grand Dragon, I don't know about that. Possibly. I don't know about that.
Damn, I mean, I was just going to give her Cyclops, and Melton's going to give her, I think, the head. Now, I'm not sure because I don't know much about but, I think that's supposed to be the head of it. I don't know. Like I say, I'm not sure about that. If anyone knows, they can correct me, but I think he's now accusing her of being the head of the KKK.
But I do think that, but the ones who say nothing are the ones you gotta look out for. The ones who say nothing. A Grand Dragon would be talking more. You know what I'm saying? They could. I just have to go to Zone.
Mel, you just misgendered her. She's a Grand Dragoness. Yes, you are trying to misgender Savannah by calling her a male dragon when she should be a dragoness. I am a writer. I do have to write stuff correctly. A girl dragon is not a dragon. She is a dragoness.
It's where they don't hang out a lot, that's all. I try to find the spots in the cities where there's not a whole lot of them around. Even if it's a rough neighborhood. I don't care. Whatever. But I won't go to the roughest parts of town either. It's just about picking your spots more than anything, Yeah, but it's about, I don't know when it's going to end. I hope it's going to end soon. There's a good chance it could end soon. But I can't be going live regularly because the trolls are going to try to call me. Try to call up and report me and all that kind of shit. Savannah has extremely boring live streams. Why does Savannah do live streams? they're going to be that friggin' boring. It's like, why even bother with this? Why even bother? What do you have to go at big YouTubers on here, like me or even Bergs or whoever? This person has to...
A big YouTuber like him. Now, this is once again where Meltin is a legend in his own mind. Now, my other channel was slightly bigger than the one Meltin is on. And never once did I refer to myself as a large YouTuber.
stop making that kind of content or they're not going to
Lolly.
go far on it. I'm telling you, clipping videos is not good enough. Clipping videos is the worst kind of channel there is on here. And YouTube doesn't hold clip channels in high review. Clip channels, people should be targeted for slavery.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you right now, that should be the case right here.
Now, Roger's got to look at this. Okay, that was around 53-55. Because Roger's going to tease Sayla with this. Yes, I'm going to remind Sayla that she's a clip channel and she needs enslaved.
You know what I mean? Clip channels should be targeted. Those type of people should be. For slavery. That's all you know about John and Savannah. Well, she'll deny it. Of course she'll deny it. Lolly, but that's bullshit. You and John...
Lolly, do you know about Savannah and John? Now, earlier in this, before you got here, yes, Meltin has now claimed that Savannah and John are having an affair, and you don't know.
Me and John are forever. Oh, that's all bullshit. Savannah, that isn't true, is it? She'd be like, no. See, John? I could just picture it. Seriously.
Yes, Lolly. It's a rumor. Now, once again, it's just something a troll said to incite him. And there's been a couple things in this live just recently said that trolls were saying nothing more than to send him off in other directions.
She can be trolled too. Bergs can be very funny with prank calls. I'm gonna give him that because he knows what I used to do. Whether anyone knows it or not, I used to do that shit on here. Well, I used to do it. I used to call up people's houses. I used to call up businesses. I used to just to fool around with it. I used to do Yahoo Chat also. The most. I did Yahoo Chat the most. But usually if there's a phone number to call, yeah, you could...
Damn, I just realized something. I had heard him say Yahoo Chat, so that means Meltin was doing dial-up. Now, a Roger fact is I never had internet of my own until, when was that? September of 2017. So I never had to deal with the dial-up. But this is Meltin when he would have been in his prime. I mean, he would have been a young man. That was the partying, dating age for Meltin. And what was he doing? He was on AOL on dial-up, getting on the internet.
You could prank voices and shit.
Hello, Phoenix.
He doesn't disguise his voice. Well, she knows. It takes the fun away from it. Isn't the whole fun of this is that people don't find out who you are? Isn't that the whole fun of trolling somebody like that? Is that no one's going to find out who you are, and then you can be laughing behind the scenes? Like laughing because they haven't figured you out. Isn't that the whole freaking point of doing this to begin with? I don't know who Bell South is. I'm not sure about who that is. I have no idea who that is. Caller ID, kind of. But years ago, they couldn't trace the numbers. Years ago, that's what you're talking about. When you couldn't trace the numbers, and you could call from your own phone, and nobody would know your number. Nobody would know it. It wouldn't say. Yeah. Those were the days, indeed.
Now, when I lived in Cincinnati, in the middle to late 1980s, you could hit star 69, and it would tell you the number that called.
You could call any business up practically, and you could fuck around. I love that. Yeah, I used to love those times. Yeah, and the caller ID didn't show up or anything, because they were old phones. Even the first cell phones, I don't think had caller ID. The first ones, I don't think did. And the big cell phones used to be like a foot long or something.
Yeah, they're like this. They're like a shoebox on the head.
Cord, but they looked like.
And they had a long antenna.
They were cordless, pretty much. Well, there were times you'd take the cordless into the garage, but you would have like the cordless base to it, and you'd pick the phone up and go in the garage and stuff. So they had that, and then yeah.
I think he muted himself, or he's being quiet. No, he was just being quiet. No, he has muted himself on and off.
So what else? Anything? I'm really getting dehydrated right now. I mean, is there anything else tonight that anyone needs to say?
Well, we're not to 112 yet. So apparently something's going to happen in about 15 minutes.
Been warmer than usual, actually.
Well, we're going to skip a few minutes ahead.
/John Meltin. Yes. One last time to donate right there. Write that down if you really want to donate.
Well,
write it down. But I hit about 57 views today, I think, though. I mean, that's about as many as what Bergs gets or what Mark Terry gets. That's significant on here. And if I had my PayPal button down there, I would have got more. But I would prefer someone give them to me in private. This way, all the money goes there anyway. But it's still, that money is still a nice feature to have on the page, though. It is. How did I get her fired? What did you say to her work? I pretty much talked with them a little bit and shit. I just said this person Savannah is a psychotic person who's...
Now, many times in the Boyd, they sit around and hope to get PayPal and Super Chats. Now, at this point, that's what he's doing. His lull right here, he's hoping someone will give him money. Now, we're going to end here in a little bit, but I do want to play past the 115 mark.
Following me around. The story is that she's following me around and stalking my chick. It's not the other way around. Because she was stalking me is why I had to go near her place of residence. And that is her address. And yes, people have called pizzas to her house. Did I do it though? No. But did other people? Hell yeah. They most certainly did. Because people hate her. People hate her. You know what I mean? People hate her ass.
Now, that's him projecting his jealousy of Savannah when he says that.
There's a reason this person gets... No normal girl with children gets her kids gets threatened like that. All the time like this. That person's got to be doing something wrong if all these people are coming after her.
No, it happens with pretty girls. I mean, C'est La Vie, when she walks around YouTube many times with the predator people, they immediately pick on her. They look at her personality and they think, pounce. And many times they do that with pretty. Because many men have issues. And once again, we're not going to go into male issues, but Meltin has many of those male issues.
With violence. That doesn't just happen. That doesn't just happen. And I'm sure people have constantly warned her that you're putting your daughter in harm's way. That she needs to take care of her fucking kids before judging me for using a stupid feature on here.
Yeah, see, he's mad because she's not doing what he wants, and he shouldn't, a stupid feature. So him projecting all of this nastiness to kids and playing Psycho Manson drag story hour to children is just a feature for him.
Because it's designed to take care of the trolls. When I was getting more trolls and I was getting good people, I had to use that feature all the time. But because I knew it pissed her off, then I started doing it more. And I may continue to do it more also.
And then one day we're going to see your channel go poof, and I'm going to laugh.
You see what I'm saying? No, they wouldn't. Yeah, that's right. I think they would take Ernie at...
Now, Susan Wojcicki is leaving YouTube. Now, YouTube is going to appoint an Indian the head of YouTube. And the reason they're doing that is so they can get past him having to testify before Congress. And that's why Susan Wojcicki is leaving. Is because as an American citizen, they can get her right up there on the carpet and hold her extremely accountable. But an Indian citizen can sit there in India and give American Congress the finger. And that's why they're changing. Now, once again, we're going to get a new YouTube overlord. And that new YouTube overlord can take all sorts of offense at different things that we do and make new rules according. And I got a feeling the abuse of children's content is likely to be high on that list.
Face value, they laugh at him. Maybe they'd be cool with them, but I don't think going as far as dating them yet. Probably not. But yeah. But no, for someone who has a kid, she has very reckless behavior. That needs to be dominated. She has reckless behavior for someone who has a child. Because she's constantly putting herself and her kid in harm's way because someone could absolutely come to their house. I wanted to do it, you know.
Oh, now he says he wanted to come to her house. Well, let me be honest. I want her to shoot you in the balls. Just saying.
I seriously wanted to do it. I was like within 10 minutes of where she lived, at least. At least that. And I went by her neighborhood, too. I saw the house. It's on a corner. It's like got grass and fucking spaces of trees around. It's the house got remodeled, though. It got painted. But it's not in a good neighborhood at all. There's like nothing around there. There's no points of interest. You got to drive something like 10 minutes to get to stuff.
That's because it's called a residential zone. You know, when I lived in Cincinnati, I lived in a residential zone. About 10 minutes away, there was a commercial zone. It's called zoning, Meltin.
From there, I think. So yeah. What is wrong with them? Yeah, well, they keep coming after me, giving me a reason to go after them. That's right. There are some psycho women that I don't meet in the real world. I don't meet women like this in the real world. The Hazels, the Savannahs, the Abbeys, all these people. I don't meet them in real life. I never meet them in real life. I don't. I never meet them in real life. I don't see those kind of women in real life. You know, I don't. But they're all over these parts. But some women in real life, yeah, they do. A lot of them absolutely do, yes. But in the real world, a lot of women, I think, are shy, to be honest with you. But these ones down here make no bones about it. And you know what I also got awakened to also? That cougars are not always the most mature people around. A lot of them act like kids themselves. They're probably less mature than some of your 21-year-olds. That's what I learned
I think Meltin wants to be a cougar. Just saying.
About cougars down here. Sometimes they're more immature than some of your 18 to 25-year-olds out there. They are more like children. Look at when Seasons is 55. She's going to be talking with that dopey, stupid-ass voice still. When she's 55. See, I could do it if I want to, too. No, Dave, no. See, I'm like 3. I'm like 3 years old, but I'm not 3. Two other hotties. So wait, Savannah tried hitting on Zoe.
Now, this shows me that that's the voice Meltin wants. You know, because I had to think about that for a moment. But yes, Seasons is probably the same age I am. You know, I'm going to be 55 in a couple months. And that, I believe, is he wants a young girl's voice.
He's here, Mr. T also, right? I again, Mr. T, correct? Yeah, Seasons is gonna be friggin' 55 still talking like that, yeah. She's gonna, yeah, exactly. She'll be like the never-ending 12-year-old that never gets old, that gets old or something. What should I say? Seasons will be the perpetual 12-year-old, even with a lot of aging. Seasons will still be a 12-year-old.
Oh no!
When she's 60 something, and she'll have gray hair, and she'll be
Seasons, run before Jimbo gets you. If you're going to stay 12 years old, I mean that would be Jimbo's fantasy chick.
Like a 12-year-old still, like a 12-year-old who doesn't keep their looks. Yeah, Savannah will try to get with any male creature who gives her attention. Well, I'm not a male.
Yes, you are.
Savannah's a transphobe if she sees me as a male, despite the fact I've said it several times that shouldn't people respect others' pronouns no matter what?
Yes, and I'm an attack helicopter, and you are not respecting my attack helicopterness.
Even if you don't get along with them, I mean, isn't that how it should be? I mean, it's only everyone else on here. And even other hypocrite trans people on here don't notice pronouns if they don't like somebody. Like German lady. German lady's a fucking hypocrite too. I hate her ass. His ass. Because that person missed me. And I saw German lady's male picture. And German lady is an ugly person. Not even a good looking guy. You know? And German lady's got to wear a mask. That person has no room to talk at all. And neither does Tasha. None of them do.
Tasha has tits. Just saying, Meltin.
Outshine all of
and makeup
them,
skills.
And they hate me for it.
And no facial
because
hair.
I outdo them at their game. Period. Pansy Gronsky, I don't know. I don't care, frankly.
Now, poor Pansy has a horror story of life that I won't get into right now. But it is an interesting story. Though it is a very sad story.
Yes, it is very true, yeah. That thing is a mask. It is, yeah. Look at it closely. You'll see. It's like overall, like you can see the person underneath, the eyes are the same on the real male face. Yeah, the eyes are the same, but the mask is still a mask, but you see the eyes through the mask. It's like shaped for the face, you know? It's a mask that's shaped kind of, but it's used in a cross-dressing sense. I mean, why? I don't friggin' know. I don't think I've ever come across anyone who's ever done that. Apparently they can't do it as themselves, though. And German lady will.
Now, the thing is Meltin don't understand this, but there are whole channels with people that wear female latex masks. Because, once again, when German lady was accused of this, I looked for representation of this on YouTube, and I found a ton of it. But we won't go into that.
wig. That is not German lady. This is my real hair. This is my real hair. All of this is my real hair right here. German lady's got to put a fucking wig on.
Ugh.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it is. I don't think I've ever heard of it. Unless maybe they're in a drag show and they put them on the outside, but I don't think making the mask a part of your face is something I've ever seen. I don't
Now,
think...
I just realized that I have went a little long because I try to keep these just at 3 hours, and we are about
If you're a homeowner in
10 minutes over our 3 hour mark. So I am going to go ahead and end here. And I've probably still got over 2 hours of Meltin to review at another time. Now, I won't do those as a primetime live, but when I'm up in the middle of the night at some odd times, I will go ahead and cover those as a late night something. Or I might save him for Saturday morning cartoons next Saturday. This Saturday I was busy. Now, everyone, thank you for coming, and I will see you very soon. Well, I hit the thing and it doesn't do anything, so we'll try hitting the button again. If not, I guess maybe we'll have a sleep stream. There it went.